The Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network, in conjunction with the Great Plains Athletic Conference, presents Prairie Wolves football. Today, it's a non-conference season opening contest featuring the Bluejays of Tabor College and the Nebraska Wesleyan University Prairie Wolves. This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Use LES to save more. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University. Now, let's take you out to Abel Stadium.
It's a gorgeous day for football in southeast Nebraska. The sun is shining at Abel Stadium here on the campus of Nebraska Wesleyan University for the season opener as the Prairie Wolves take on Tabor College out of Kansas. Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Moats along with Tom Gimmelke here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. Nebraska Wesleyan returned 17 starters from a team that went 6-4 a year ago, Tom. They also return a starting quarterback in Tyler Francis, the former Lincoln Northeast standout, finishing out the 5 games of the season last year. All those wins to finish 6-4.
Yeah, Jeff, Tyler Francis is a big part of that winning streak last year. You and I got a chance to watch him when he was a high school player at Lincoln Northeast. I always thought he was a little bit underrated. There were some good quarterbacks in the city at that time, Ryland Cotton, also Darius Vick. Tyler, I thought, got a little bit overlooked, but he's a very good quarterback, and I think Wesleyan's pretty lucky to have him.
So Tyler Francis will be commanding this Prairie Wolf offense today. The one thing in their way is Tabor College, a very talented ball club all around.
Well, these guys run the football well, Jeff. Last year, they led all of NAIA in rushing, 337 yards per game. They can really run the ball. Conversely, NW, the top rushing defense in NAIA, they allowed just 64 yards rushing a game. As far as the preseason polls go, NW picked to finish 4th in the GPAC, while Tabor's picked to finish 1st in the KCAC this year.
And we'll talk about a lot of Tabor College here in this game. They come in here 17th ranked in the country in the NAIA polls. And more about this salty offense that this Tabor College ball club has. We turn to our third member of the broadcast team, Brandon Axement, for more. Brandon?
Guys, this Wesleyan defense has their work set out for them here today. The Blue Jays are returning both of their top rushers from last season, the first of which is running back James Monroe Jr. The senior was a preseason All-KCAC selection due to his performance last year. He had 11 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards rushing, putting his career rushing total over 2,000 for his career. The second rushing threat they have is quarterback Simon McKee. Like Monroe, he was also a preseason first-team all-conference selection. McKee was just shy of the 1,000-yard mark last year with 955 rushing yards to go along with 13 TDs. As you guys mentioned, this Prairie Wolf defense boasted the stingiest rush defense last season, but then they're going to have their work cut out for them here today. Something's got to give, guys. Kickoff is just around the corner, so we're going to find out.
We'll see how Nebraska Wesleyan is tested against this option offense here from Tabor College as the Prairie Wolves and the Blue Jays kick off in just a few moments. Stick around. Nebraska Wesleyan, Tabor College coming up after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Welcome back to Abel Stadium along with Tom Gimmelke. I'm Jeff Moats here on 21 Sports. We'll check in again later on with Brandon Axement. He'll be working the sidelines for us here this afternoon. A gorgeous yet warm afternoon here in Lincoln. And very summer-like temperatures expected today. So, yeah, the heat will be on. They've got the fans set up on at least the west side of the field for the Prairie Wolves. Not sure about across the way. And, of course, they got plenty of water available for both teams. So, this is going to be a hot one this afternoon to begin the 2013 campaign for both these teams. By the way, the first time that Tabor College and Wesleyan have met each other in football.
Should be a good one. Both teams finished last year on a 5-game winning streak, so excited for this one, Jeff.
Here we go, end over end kick. And we're underway here. And you pick up at the 2-yard line. And we're turning all the way out to the 43. And a big hit out of bounds and a late flag coming out. And it looks like the return man for Nebraska Wesleyan, number 43 being Seth Wardeen. Of course, we talk about Wardeen. He's one of the safeties that the Prairie Wolves have, and we got an injured Blue Jay on the sideline on the end of the Nebraska Wesleyan bench here. And now the officials are calling over the training staff too from Tabor College. So we got an injured player on the field.
Personal foul. Late hit out of bounds, number 42 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty, first down, Nebraska Wesleyan.
And it looks like it's Anthony Daniel who got hurt on that collision on the return, as you see on the replay. Josh Ringer called for the late hit.
Yeah, Jeff, and I think it's Josh Ringer is the one who's injured down on the field on the near sideline.
So what we'll do, we'll take a break here. 6 seconds into this one, back to Abel Stadium after this.
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
We're back at Abel Stadium, and again, the guy that committed the hit, Josh Ringer, being hauled off the sideline, and it looks like one of the assistant coaches for Wesleyan, and it looks like it might be John Larson, being helped off too over toward the training bench to get looked at. He was over in that area where the collision happened, that late hit. So the Prairie Wolves will start out of the shotgun, and again, Tyler Francis is the quarterback. And fakes it to Dustin Bryant on the handoff. Short toss over to the near side of the field, goes incomplete. And it was Maury Lawrence, the intended receiver for Wesleyan. Again, Tyler Francis, we talk about this kid. He's out of Lincoln Northeast. He started out his college career at Peru State. 5-0 as a starter. He passed, for his passing completions last year, he completed 59 passes in the starts that he had.
That was the stat that jumped out to me most, Jeff. Very efficient passing the ball, and just what they need for this offense.
So 2 wideouts as they shift the lineup a little bit here on offense. And the Prairie Wolves will work out of the I formation. Francis hands it off to Dustin Bryant, and a quick pursuit into the backfield. It's Tarek Antoine coming in to make the stop there for the Bluejays. As we take a look at the starters here, there you see the Prairie Wolf offense, the quarterback Tyler Francis, Nick Levels, the fullback, Dustin Bryant, the veteran tailback as well. Some of the receiving core, the split end, Ryan Larson, then you got the flanker, Connor Davis, then Maury Lawrence is the tight end. There you see the linemen, Barteldis, Westfall, Armstrong, DB, and Byerly. That's the line up front on offense for the Prairie Wolves. 3rd and long here as Tyler Francis drops back. Pass complete, far side, and knocked out of bounds that time. Looked like that was Ryan Larson, but Donnell Davis made the hit and made the stop. And so a 3 and out for the Prairie Wolves, and they'll send out the punting unit.
And a good job there with Donnell Davis there. He was by himself there in the open field, made the tackle that he needed to force the 4th down.
There you see the defensive starters there. Inside linebacker Nick France, that's a guy we'll talk about. Mosher as well. Daughtry, Daniel among the others. Here's the punt. Kelby Vandenberg, a high booming kick. Picked up at the 10, off the jersey, up the field, and Nebraska Wesleyan recovers the football just like that. Corey Kundal made the recovery. Donnell Davis, the return man, looked like he got underneath it, and then the ball just simply went right through him and ricocheted off the jersey, and that allowed Wesleyan to get downfield. There you see it again here on the replay.
Yeah, Jeff, there's only one word for that. That's just called a muff. That just went right in his hands. I thought he was going to fair catch that. That was a high punt. Surprised he was even going to return that. A big turnover, in Wesleyan in business here, deep inside Tabor territory.
So the Prairie Wolves get a break, and now Tyler Francis with Dustin Bryant in the backfield, a slot on the right side. And now Bryant will go in motion. Here is a screen toss to Brooks Earhart over the middle, past the 15, down to the 13-yard line where he's tackled. So a good pickup there for the Prairie Wolves. About a 8-9 yard gain on the play, 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, Jeff, I've always been a fan of high percentage passes like that on 1st down. Give yourself a nice, manageable 2nd down. 2nd down and 1. I think Brian Keller and his staff will definitely take that.
So they'll spread it out. 3 receivers near side, 2 to the far side. Francis out of the shotgun. This is 2nd and 1. Francis looking to the far side. Up in the air, goes incomplete. Intended target was Justin Murr, another former Northeast Rocket. So Murr had coverage for him on Donnell Davis. So this is a big 3 and 1 coming up.
Yeah, Donnell Davis had perfect coverage that time on that fade route. You really can't ask for much more than that. He's got man coverage all by himself on the outside and had that one pretty well covered up.
Now Ryan Larson running back in to give out the play, and this is what Wesleyan will line up in. Lone setback is Bryant out of the gun. Tyler Francis. Francis dropping back right through the fingertips, incomplete. Intended target was Curtis Danik, the former Pius X standout. So it's 4th down, and the field goal unit will come out, and Aaron Lorraine will do the honors. Lorraine is a senior, former Millard West Wildcat. And Kelby Vandenberg will hold for him. So they'll kick from about the 20. This is a 30-yard attempt. Here's the snap to hold the kick. It's got the distance, and it is good. So the Prairie Wolves strike first on the 17th ranked Blue Jays from Tabor College. 12:45 remains here in this first quarter. Prairie Wolves 3, Tabor College nothing on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Big break for Nebraska Wesleyan. Just as they were going to go 3 and out of their first drive, they get a break as a botched punt return, and they get the football back, and that sets up a short drive and capped off by a 30-yard field goal from Aaron Lorraine, and the Prairie Wolves lead the 17th ranked Tabor College Blue Jays 3-0.
Yeah, and I think if you're Tabor College, Jeff, you feel pretty good about just giving up a field goal. That drive set up inside the 20. Nice job of that defense holding them to just 3 points.
So Lorraine will kick away here. Several return men downfield, including Donnell Davis and Caden Anderson. Quick return ahead all the way to the 35-yard line. Spotted at the 36. This will be the first time that we get to see Simon McKee come out and command this Blue Jay offense. This guy had 955 yards rushing last year, 13 touchdowns. He threw for 904 yards and threw for 8 touchdowns. But again, very ground-oriented. Go to an option setup here, and there it is. The handoff given to James Monroe. He's the fullback, guy that had a lot of yards last year, just over 1,000 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns in 2012 for Tabor. Key component of this option offense as they quickly set up after that 1-yard pickup. There you see the offense for Tabor College, and here's an option play, and it's botched, and a sack in the backfield for the Prairie Wolves. Spencer Fecht coming in to make the stop.
Boy, Spencer Fecht just blew that one up. We know that Tabor's such a good running team with nowhere to run at that time. The senior Spencer Fecht blowing that one up.
Brian Keller wanting to put specific focus on stopping this option attack. Now we'll send 2 splits near side, a slot near side as well. Here's McKee looking to throw, knocked away. Good defense, way to play the passing lane. Hunter Hand out of Springfield Platteview. And the Prairie Wolves force Tabor to go 3 and out on their first drive.
Well, anytime Tabor's going to be in 3rd and long, that spells trouble for them. They only averaged about 13 passing attempts a game last year. They're not very comfortable throwing the ball, especially in 3rd and long, and Wesleyan defense holding up strong right there.
So 11:43 to play, and the Prairie Wolves have come alive so far. Looks like Larson's back to return at the 25. Here is the punt. Looks like it might have gone off the side of the foot slightly. Takes a bounce inside the 30, picked up at the 19-yard line, but Ryan Larson going to be marked out of bounds as soon as he picked up the ball.
Yeah, that punt didn't look pretty, but he got a nice bounce. It'll look okay on the stat sheet. Larson was trying to keep his feet in bounds. He was on the far side of the field. It's hard to tell. According to the ref, just couldn't quite keep in bounds.
So Tyler Francis comes out. Not a bad start on a drive downfield, just could not convert. They did settle for a field goal. So from the 19, here's Wesleyan, 1st and 10. It's Dustin Bryant who gets the handoff, charges ahead about 3 yards toward the 22-yard line, stopping the play as he went right through the middle part of the line.
Yeah, and the running game for Wesleyan, that's going to be something for us to watch today. I know Brian Keller in the pregame said wasn't real happy with how they ran the ball last year. Their top rusher, just 3.6 yards a carry last year. They need to run the ball better. That time, a nice run on 1st down.
Here, 2nd and 7 from their own 22. Not a bad crowd for this one this afternoon. Francis out of the spread. Looking to throw, far side, intended target is Larson incomplete, but the flags come out and Donnell Davis going to be whistled for pass interference. That's likely going to be the penalty. And on the far side of the field, there's a little bit of disagreement.
Yeah, Donnell Davis didn't think he did anything, and I would have to agree with him. That looked like pretty good coverage. That's a tough call there. I don't want to be the official in the booth up here, but that was pretty good coverage, I thought.
Interference, defense, number 11. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic 1st down.
So some early penalties here from Tabor College, helping benefit the Prairie Wolves. So a 1st down here, the ball marked at the 32-yard line. See how they get lined up here, Prairie Wolves. Nolan Clausen, the tight end. This guy suffered a minor back injury in the scrimmage that they had with Hastings last weekend. And a ball carry again, Dustin Bryant takes it ahead about a yard. We'll give him 2 on the play to about the 34.
Yeah, one key for the Prairie Wolves today is going to be taking care of the football. This Tabor defense last year forced 19 fumbles, recovered 19 fumbles, I should say, so they're very opportunistic. It'll be key for Wesleyan to take care of the football today.
2nd and about a long 8. Go. Francis swing pass far side. It's trying to break free up to the 40. Finally tackled at the 40-yard line. Just a couple of yards short of the 1st down. A big play for Dustin Bryant.
Yeah, and that time just some missed tackles there by Tabor. Looked like they had that one pretty well stopped with some missed tackles there, and that allowed Bryant to get free as Donnell Davis, I think, one of the guys who brings him down for the Bluejays.
Clock continuing to wind down here in this 1st quarter, and Wesleyan being very methodical with the football. Being very patient. Good play selection here from the Prairie Wolves. Murr, the split far side. Looks like Tyler Gibson, the wideout near side too for Wesleyan as Francis rolls right. Screen toss is complete. The level across the 50, tackled at the 48-yard line. A couple of guys over there for Tabor College in on the play. Colin Hodges in on the stop. The other guy over there was Tarek Antoine.
Well, that was a nice play there by Francis and Nick Lovell converting that 3rd down. Nice touch by Francis there. Didn't rocket that ball. Just nice touch and an easy completion there to convert the 1st down.
So 1st and 10. Ball in Blue Jay territory at the 48. Francis looks like he's going to do a pistol setup. Counter play. It's a handoff right through the line. Found an opening was Joey Jones, the running back, the sophomore from Papillion La Vista. Takes it inside the 45 to the 44.
Yeah, they ran a little bit of a run fake there. It looked like they were going to run almost like a little end around. Instead, they give it to the tailback, and nice gain up there in the middle.
You know, this Prairie Wolf offense fairly balanced. You know, Dustin Bryant last year, 633 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, second team all GPAC. Second team all GPAC was the right guard Ryan Beebe. Honorable mention went to quarterback Tyler Francis and Jake Barteldis at the other line spot. 2nd and 6 from the 44 out of the shotgun. Francis looking over here near side, double wideouts over here was Brooks Earhart, Dustin Bryant, not sure which one he was looking at, but both were over in the neighborhood in the area where the pass went incomplete.
Jeff, you mentioned one of those Wesleyan linemen, Jack Barteldis. He's playing left tackle for Nebraska Wesleyan. He's going to have his hands full today. He'll be one-on-one against Tarek Antoine, who had 8.5 sacks last year for Tabor. So far, Barteldis holding up really well in one-on-one blocking.
Play clock winding down here. We're getting close to 10 seconds left before the ball needs to be snapped, and now the Prairie Wolves go to the line. Got to be a quick count here. 3rd and 6. In motion is Level. Just in time, here's the snap to Francis. And he's going to keep it. Finds an opening, runs out of bounds, and around the 36-yard line, he is short. Actually, he picks up the first down, so he did get it. So a first down for Tyler Francis. Good little improv move by Francis. And he's the type of guy, you look at him, you think he doesn't move that fast, but he's actually not bad. He's pretty good on his feet.
Yeah, and I feel sorry for the Tabor defenders that have to tackle him because he's 235. You don't see many quarterbacks 235 when they're coming toward you. Not something you want to see if you're a linebacker or a secondary member for the Tabor College.
Francis, at one point, I believe last season, was about 245, so he's kind of trimmed down a tad, but still pretty mobile. Bryant gets the handoff, and he slips on the turf and slides. Well, he picks up about 3 yards inside the 35 to about the 33. The brand new field turf installed during the offseason, looking very nice. They had the first set of field turf laid out here back in about 1999, 2000, in that time frame, but over the summer they got this thing laid out, ready to go. And looks very nice. Part of the improvements along with Bostwick Park, as we will hear more about coming up at halftime with Nebraska Wesleyan President Dr. Fred Oles. 2nd and long. Toss near side, goes incomplete. Good stop there. Intended receiver was Brooks Earhart. And coverage that time from Jordan Mosher. Mosher, one of the linebackers of this Blue Jay defense.
Yeah, we've seen a few spread looks already here from Wesleyan so far this afternoon. That time they go 5 wide. That's not something you necessarily equate with Wesleyan football, so a different formation here early on.
Tyler Gibson, the split near side. Justin Murr out to the far side. Now the pistol. Francis has some time. Screen toss to Bryant at the 35. Tripped up and tackled by Jason Daughtry at the 24. About a 1-yard loss. Make that 34. Back at the 34. 1-yard loss on the play. So 4th down coming up here for the Wolves.
Those screen passes look pretty when they work, but they look pretty ugly when they don't. And that time, Jason Daughtry, he really just shook that play up big time. Nothing going for Wesleyan.
Well, we got penalty flags on the field. Let's get the word.
Illegal block below the waist. Offense, number 64. 15-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So still
32
a 3rd
seconds.
down. So still a 3rd down, but a loss of about 15 yards. So the Prairie Wolves, on their biggest loss of yards so far in this game, the ball goes back to the Blue Jay 49 at midfield.
And that's big right there, Jeff. They were on the edge of field goal range possibly, maybe about 10 yards outside of field goal range. And now you got to think they got to get this ball inside the 30 at least to have a shot at a field goal here.
Larson, Earhart, Corey Jones, 3 receivers to the far side. Tyler Gibson over here as Francis looks to throw, and it goes incomplete, slightly behind Dustin Bryant on the near side of the field. Jason Daughtry had coverage for Tabor, and the Prairie Wolves are forced to punt.
Well, Tarek Antoine doesn't get the sack there for Tabor, but he's the one that forced that incompletion. He came in, looked like on a stunt, straight up the middle, right in Francis's face. That's where quarterbacks least like the pressure, right up the middle, and forced a bad throw and an incompletion right there.
So Vandenberg back to punt. And now timeout called.
Tabor College, their first charge, timeout of the half.
And so they will call timeout. We'll take a break with them. 6 minutes, 6 seconds to go here in the first. 3-0 Wesleyan. Back with more after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Oh, Kevin!
Kevin got out, Henry. You gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we're licensed, or we might not have gotten them home.
Thank goodness they found you. Kevin!
Here's the punt. High booming kick that goes bouncing into the end zone. This will be a touchback for Tabor College. A nice kick from Kelby Vandenberg. Let's head down to the sideline. Let's check in with Brandon Axeman.
Guys, since 2005, the Prairie Wolves haven't had the best record against ranked opponents. They've only had 4 wins and 21 losses since. Their last win came against number 3 Morningside back in 2011 at Morningside's place. The last win they've had here at Abel Stadium goes even further back to 2010 against Dakota Wesleyan. So the Prairie Wolves obviously looking to change that here today against number 7 ranked Tabor. Maybe the new field turf will be a good omen for them.
So out of the option, here we go. Monroe gets the handoff, and the defense quickly meets up with him. They put the stop behind the line of scrimmage at about the 19, and you continue that thought. There were a couple of times that Northwestern came to Lincoln, were ranked. Wesleyan played very well, but came up just short either by a point or 3 points, and that's happened here in the last 6-7 years too.
Yeah, 4 of their first 5 games this year are against ranked opponents, so they're going to have a good chance to break that string.
Second down play here. Looks like a pickup of about 2 up to the 21. As they uncover the pile, James Monroe, the ball carrier again. This guy, 1,000 yards rushing. As we talked about earlier, 11 touchdowns. This guy can run the football, as can the quarterback, Simon McKee. And the Prairie Wolf defense, of course, led by Phil Latimer, looking to put a stop on their ground game. But they'll go to the pistol here. McKee out of the pistol, 3rd and long here. Looks to the near side. Good coverage on the play. Pass incomplete. And it was intended on the near side for Tyler Davis. But coverage there from Spencer Fecht. And another 3 and out for Tabor College.
Yeah, Wesley and their defense right now doing a good job of getting Tabor in some 3rd and longs. And like we mentioned, not their comfort zone. So the defense over Wesleyan playing pretty tough.
Nick France, who works as a linebacker, is also the punter on special teams. Here's the boot. Spiraling kick, fair catch signaled at the 45-yard line by Ryan Larson. And they'll actually mark him at the 44.
Yeah, early on here, definitely getting the feeling that both teams kind of feeling each other out. I've seen some miscues so far, some turnovers, some penalties. Neither team, I think, really operating efficiently so far. We'll see if that picks up here, though.
Back out comes Francis and company. 17 starters altogether back for this football team at Wesleyan. Again, they finished 6-4. Ranked fairly high in the GPAC. 1st and 10 and a toss given to the tailback Joey Jones that time. Cody Gottschall, strong safety coming in for Tabor College to make the stop on Joey Jones.
Yeah, Cody Gottschall that time comes flying up through the secondary, run support from the secondary, and nowhere to run, loss on the play there on 1st down.
So 2nd and 11. Ball back at the 43 of Wesleyan as we close in on the 4-minute mark of this 1st quarter. Skies have turned overcast. Look like there might be a threat of showers in the area off to our north. Here's the snap to Francis. Far side, pass complete at the 48 to Ryan Larson. And they're going to mark him at the 47. He caught it, and they forced him back, so they won't give him forward progress. 3rd down coming up.
Ryan Larson's going to be a guy to watch. Just a sophomore this year. Got a glimpse of him last year. I saw him as a freshman. Definitely could see where this guy's going to be pretty talented. 14 catches and 1 touchdown last year. I think his role's going to probably increase this year as a sophomore.
He's had to step up his game. There's no question about it. Larson, again, a sophomore. He's out of Elkhorn South. A couple other guys that are getting some reps here today that saw some action last year include Justin Murr and Tyler Gibson, too. As Francis looks over the middle, pass goes incomplete. Looked like Nolan Clausen, the tight end, the intended target. And a 3-and-out here for the Wolves.
Yeah, and that time Wesleyan picked up the blitz. Good job by that line, giving Francis time to throw. Just unable to connect and convert that 3rd down right there.
Now Kelby Vandenberg back out. Jason Daughtry, it looks like. He's the guy that's waiting the return around the 11-yard line. Vandenberg bobbles it, gets the punt off just in time. And Daughtry picks it up at about the 17. Tries to elude the defense. And finally knocked out of bounds. They'll mark him at around the 26. So far here, Tabor College, the only 2 times they've had the football, Tom, they've gone 3 and out. And the Prairie Wolf defense has picked up on their scheme.
Well, they've definitely done a great job. They've done a really good job of stuffing the run. We know Tabor, what they like to do, running the football, but they have not found much in the way of running lanes so far, and that's a credit to the Prairie Wolf defense.
Simon McKee goes under center here. Play action over the middle, caught and made.
Wow!
Right across the 50, diving catch at the 48-yard line. Jonah McKee made the catch here as we take a look at this on replay. Look at that.
Wow!
One-handed.
That was a heck of a catch.
So far, the biggest play of the game. Now moving on the line, penalty flags come out. Phil Latimer in that preseason All-American for Nebraska Wesleyan.
Offsides, defense, number 94, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Latimer last year had 7 quarterback sacks. He's a veteran of this line. And he's anxious to get into that backfield to maybe pick up a sack for himself. Let's see what Tabor does here. 1st and 5 for the Wesleyan 42. McKee looking to throw. Pass far side, complete at the 39. 1st down picked up that time. Scott Bauer, the receiver, and he is quickly tackled by the Prairie Wolves inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. Taylor Gunther, the product from Waverly, in on the tackle.
Yeah, Scott Bauer, their leading receiver last year, just 11 catches on the year. for Tabor, but that time converting that third down.
Now Tabor putting together so far their best drive of the game. Now at the Wesleyan 34. That wing T setup. An option play. Now a drop back pass. Far side is complete to Bauer again, and he is thrown down by 2 or 3 Prairie Wolves on the play. Hunter Hand over there among them. And Taylor Gunther again.
Right now, just some cat and mouse between the Wesleyan defense and the Tabor offense. Wesleyan doing a good job of stopping the run, so now we're seeing Tabor throwing the ball a little bit.
There it is. Counter play from the near side. Running around. 30. Cutting back inside the 20. Still on his feet. Ball carrier that time was Cody Coleman. And it took Michael Hittner to put the tackle on him. A first down. Ball spotted at the 14 of Wesleyan. And now the Prairie Wolf defense is being tested. 90 seconds and counting here in the opening quarter at Abel Stadium. First game of the 2013 season for both these teams. First matchup between both schools in football. And off Monroe. Monroe met up with the Prairie Wolves that time. Hunter Hand initially with the wrap around the legs. Taylor Tukolsky coming in to help out. And Corey Kundal over there too, as you take a look at this again on the replay. And the Prairie Wolves are looking for Monroe. They're looking for McKee most times.
And right now that interior defensive line for Wesleyan getting a good push and not allowing much running room in the middle of that line.
2 receivers to the far side. Hand off Monroe. Monroe carries the football to the 10. They stop the forward progress. Several defenders over there. Taylor Tukolsky among them.
Tell them to keep their hands to themselves.
So third down coming up. Big third down play here from the 10 of Wesleyan, 20 seconds to go. Pass over the middle, tipped up, incomplete. Intended target happened to be Cordell Simmons, but Seth Wardeen in the back for Wesleyan in on the stop.
Almost another great one-handed catch and almost an interception for Wesleyan.
He broke up that pass play. Seth Wardeen, nice job of coverage for him. And now a field goal will be attempted. This will be at the 18 of Wesleyan, a 28-yard attempt. Jared Slavens will come in. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is blocked. It is blocked, and I believe that was Brandon Reeves who jumped up and got a hand in there and blocked that kick.
Boy, sorry, Jeff. Special teams once again big for Wesleyan. 8 block kicks on the year last year. High snap, I think, kind of disrupted the timing of that. But Wesleyan, big block there.
So with 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the Wesleyan defense holds, and they block a field goal attempt from 28 yards out from Tabor, and the Wolves have it at the 20. Tyler Francis sends Earhart in motion, gives it to Bryant. Across the 20, tackled at the 23-yard line. Good pickup that time for Bryant. Clock winds out, and we are through the first quarter. Interesting game so far here at Abel Stadium. After 1, Nebraska Wesleyan 3, Tabor nothing. Back with the second quarter in a moment on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Up, I've always told people I want to get into the family business. I wanted to make sure that I really paid tribute to what my grandpa and my dad did. That's why I've chosen the name Third Generation Builder. The best part for me is when I get to hand the new homeowners their keys. It's just that satisfaction of knowing that this house is now their home. Union Bank is a great partner and they can help me expand my business. It's really exciting for me.
Back here at Abel Stadium, let's head down to the sideline, check in with Brandon Axemet. Brandon? I think we'll check in with Brandon here coming up in a little bit. We'll get back to Brandon in a moment. As Nebraska Wesleyan will have it here, 2nd and 7. From their own 23. To start the second quarter. A play action rollout. Francis upfield. Pass is caught. Out of bounds, being knocked out of there. The receiver for the Prairie Wolves, which was Connor Davis. And a first down for Wesleyan.
Yeah, Davis actually had to come back toward the line of scrimmage to catch that football, so it ends up being just about a 2-yard gain.
So from the 32.
Nick, how wide open was that side over there once he rolled out?
That 29 came screaming. I didn't see anyone. But I was also looking.
Far side hash mark. 2 wideouts each side for Francis. It's a snap, hands it to Bryant. Zigzag through it, gets a pickup of about 12, and the first down. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Good pickup there for Bryant.
Got some good blocking there ahead of him. Found some nice running room there. Nice crease along that right side.
Dustin Bryant's been battling injuries quite a bit in his career here at Wesleyan. Saw him a few times last year, and now getting to start again this year. High formation. Right, the tailback. Gets the toss. Trying to work around right side, and Tabor's able to meet up with him. Bryant's helmet gets knocked off. We got penalty flags on the play.
Yeah, I didn't see exactly what that was. That play got stretched out there on the far side. We'll have to see what the call is.
Foul, face mask, defense number 2, 15-yard penalty, first down.
That was Cody Gottschall who was called for the penalty. That might explain why Bryant's helmet came off.
I think you're right. That was, didn't exactly see the grab of the face mask, but.
So first down here. This is at the Tabor 41. The penalties have been very costly this afternoon for field positioning for Tabor. And it's helped Wesleyan offensively. Francis out of the shotgun, sends Earhart in motion. Francis looking to Earhart, pass complete on the 37, was tackled on the play. Wade Snell coming over to put the stop on him. On that nickel spot. Call it about a pickup of 4.
Yeah, and I still like that play for Wesleyan. Doesn't gain much, but 2nd down and 6, still have most of your playbook available.
Davis is split far side. Murr split near side over here. Jones in the slot along with Earhart. It's Bryant through the middle. Picks up some yards. Gets to about the 31. Looks like it's enough for a first down. And Tabor College's defense is being tested very, very big here in this first half.
They're being tested, and right now they're just getting pushed off the ball. Ryan Beebe, the right guard, is going to get a good block there, and he got the key block on that good run right there.
This is a team that a year ago was 8-2.
Let's go, Wade 3.
So 1st and 10 at the 30. Francis will send Larson in motion. Here's Bryant through the middle, breaks free, not for long. He is tripped up and tackled at the 18-yard line. And if it wasn't for Anthony Daniel, I think Dustin Bryant would have been home free.
Yeah, and he was almost home free because he gets a great block from his fullback, Nick Lovell. Nick Lovell clearing out room in front of him, and a big gain there for the Prairie Wolves.
Huge pickup there for Dustin Bryant. And the Prairie Wolf offense continues to move along here. They will go 1st and 10 at the 18 of Tabor. Murr and Davis are split far side. Lovell and Bryant in the backfield. And the handoff given to Lovell, the fullback. As he tries to power his way around right tackle. And really no gain on the play. Still stopped at the 18.
Yeah, Lovell last year, just 20 carries on the whole season. You do the math, there's only about 2 carries a game. So not a guy necessarily used to running the football, but definitely, as we've seen so far, a very good blocker here today.
Not a bad crowd here today as we kind of look around Abel Stadium. In fact, quite a few folks came up from Kansas for this one, from Hillsboro, Kansas.
Set the play clock to 5 seconds.
I think they're resetting the play clock.
Yep. Setting it, I believe they won at 25 seconds. There we go. Hillsboro, Kansas. Actually just a few miles east of I-135 in south central Kansas between Salina and Wichita, closer to Wichita. That's where Tabor College is at. Bryant on 2nd and 10. Takes it ahead inside the 15 down to about the 14.
Yeah, we mentioned in the pregame, Coach Brian Keller for Nebraska Wesleyan wasn't happy with the run game last year. I think so far in this first half he's got to be pretty happy with what he's seen.
Of course, Coach Keller this season back up in the booth. He's right next to us. He's not on the sideline. He didn't spend last season on the sideline. He decided to come up to the booth, and that's where he's at again this year. 3rd and 5 for the Prairie Wolves. Corey Jones in motion. Here's Francis. Toss far side, Bryant complete, and he is taken down hard by Donnell Davis. Shy of the 10 at the 12-yard line, 4th down. Tackled by Donnell Davis. Now decision time.
Well, I think you got to kick the field goal. We'll see the replay. That's just a textbook tackle there by Donnell Davis. Drive your shoulder below the waist, get him to the ground. You can't coach it any better than that. Great tackle in the open field.
So Aaron Lorraine will attempt it. This will be from the 19. 29-yard attempt from the far side hash mark. Here's the snap of the hold. The kick is up. It's got some distance, and it is good. So a 29-yard boot is good for Aaron Lorraine, who has picked up all 6 points for the Prairie Wolves this afternoon. Under 10 minutes remaining in the first half. 6-0 Wesleyan on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh man, Joey. 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 Joey.
Thank goodness you had a license on him, because I was able to find out where he lived and bring him home to you safely.
Oh, Joey.
Six 6-0 Prairie Wolves over the Tabor College Bluejays. We'll try to get to Brandon Axeman here coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to check in with him at the start of the second quarter, but again, we'll check in here in a moment. That guy you see there, Aaron Lorraine, has picked up all 6 points today for Wesleyan. He's nailed 2 field goals. Last one, a 29-yard attempt. That gives Wesleyan a 6-0 advantage. And here we go. High end over ender. Picked up at the 10. Daughtry on the return. Cutting out to the far side, and he is dragged by the shoelaces and stopped on that return. Andy Fedoris, the senior out of Nebraska City Lords. And twin brother Ben are on this Wesleyan football team, veterans of this ball club.
Nice job of Fedoris there, just holding on for dear life. Looked like that tackle was just about to be broken by Daughtry, but Fedoris showing some strength there and holding on.
Tabor will have it at their own 25. Their last drive was fairly successful until they went for the field goal and it got blocked. Here's Simon McKee. Good drop back, throws to the far side, complete around the 29, and a pickup of the first down.
Hello.
Reception made.
Hello.
By Anthony Largaspada. So 1st and 10 now. They quickly get set up. Here's Spetta. In motion. Now they're going to call on another play at the line. Spetta. From the right, he's in trouble. Wesleyan defense, David Jennings and Phil Latimer all converge, and they stop him for a loss of yards back at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that time just nothing going right there. Brandon Johnson had nowhere to go. He was just trying to basically run for his life, and Wesleyan was not going to let him go anywhere on that one. Big loss.
So 2nd and long. We're under 9 minutes here in this first half. McKee's been kept quiet for the most part. He and Monroe, who have been the 2 top rushers of this Blue Jay offense, very quiet. And McKee throwing another one. Pass complete in the flat around the 29. Across the 30-yard line, Spencer Fecht in on the tackle. Cordell Simmons, the reception. He's the tight end at 6'4", 260 pounds. Still short of the line of scrimmage here. Ways to go for a 1st down. Go triple wideouts near side, 2 to the far side. Pump faking is McKee. He's going to keep it. He'll take it up past the 35, slides in, stopped at the 41-yard line. Well short of the 1st down. And Tabor will have to punt.
And once again, Jeff, I hate to sound like a broken record, but another 3rd and long for Tabor, and that is not the position they want to be in.
3 out of the 4 drives have been 3 and outs for this offense. That speaks volumes for this Wesleyan defense here in the first half.
Sure does.
Here's the punt from France. Bounce inside the 25, picked up by Larson. He's going to return it, and he is quickly wrapped up and doubled up across the 25 at about the 27-yard line. And Matt McElroy over there to help out on that stop on the return, so Wesleyan will have the football again. The only thing about Nebraska Wesleyan offensively this afternoon, they've had solid drives, have not been able to get inside the 10-yard line. They've settled for field goals. They've hit 2 of them so far. So, again, it's work in progress. A lot of good things happening. They just got to try to finish strong. Francis from the 27, looking to throw. He's going to run with it, keep it. And he is surrounded by 3 Blue Jays and tackled at the 31-yard line. Devontae Davis over there initially to put the stop on Tyler Francis.
Yeah, Jeff, going back to your point there about red zone efficiency for Wesleyan, I think right now if you're Brian Keller, you like everything you've done so far except for that red zone efficiency. You know, right now it's still just a 1-score game. I think Wesleyan on the whole has outplayed Tabor, but those 2 field goals right now keeping Tabor in this game.
You got Davis, Jones, and Earhart trips to the far side. Murr, the split near side. Here's Francis. Handoff. Coming around the left side, past the 40, thrown out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Joey Jones with the carry and a 1st down. The ball marked at the 42.
Not sure if that was Tyler Francis or Brett Favre. He hands the ball off and then does a pass fake, like a pump fake with a pass. We just see Brett Favre do that. And Tyler Francis that time, I think he actually got some of the defensive players to bite on it.
So 1st and 10 here at the 42 toward midfield. Slot man on the right side of the line, that is Earhart. The other one is Jones. It's a handoff given to, it looks like Joey Jones again. Busting through the middle of that Tabor defensive line across the 50, stopped at the 49, about a 9-yard pickup, just short of the 1st down.
Well, they've got the run game cooking right now, does Nebraska Wesleyan, and there's only one thing to do when you got the run game working. Keep busting it up the middle, because right now it doesn't look like Tabor has an answer for him in that running game.
2nd and 1. It'll be interesting to see the first half stats, and see where everybody is at. And we've seen Tabor throw the ball more often than use the ground game. Out of the eye. Hand off Jones, first down. Leaps ahead, tripped up, tackled at the 45. First down for the Prairie Wolves.
Yeah, just more of the same. They're just getting 4 or 5 yard chunks a pop right now. Hot day like this is keep beating on those defenders. They're going to wear down eventually.
Free up offense, it's a pitch. Jones gets it from the right side, cuts back in. Nice pickup for Joey Jones again. Stops at the 37-yard line. Little spot close to the 38. Still a good pickup.
That defensive Tabor right now looking a little discombobulated. They had linemen on that play that weren't even set. And right now trying to figure out how to stop this Wesleyan offense, but to no avail so far.
2nd and 3. This is from the Tabor 38. Davis and Earhart far side. Two splits near side here for Wesleyan. Francis gives it up to Jones again. Jones inside the 35, tackled at the 33. Another first down.
Another first down, and another thing this running game is doing for Wesleyan is neutralizing Tabor's best defensive player, Tarek Antoine, their defensive end. It's hard to get many quarterback sacks when they're not throwing the football.
Well, and Antoine has simply been taken out of the equation defensively. Wesleyan sticking toward the middle, as you said. Not enough going on in the outside routes. They're looking to avoid Antoine at all costs, but Donnell Davis has had a couple of good stops so far in this first half, but Wesleyan just executing the ball well from the 33 at Tabor. Francis on a toss. It's Jones, runs into a tackle and stopped, and he's going to be tackled for a loss of yards. Back at the 35, about a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and that time they try running the ball wide, and so far most of the success for the Wesleyan offense has been running up the middle. This Tabor defense, pretty quick and athletic. You throw a few outside runs in to keep them honest, but I suspect most of these runs the rest of the game up the middle for Nebraska Wesleyan. That's where they've had success.
Set the game clock to 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
So 2nd and long here. Here is a handoff. And a carry just short of the line of scrimmage that time. Dustin Bryant took the carry. We've seen Bryant today a lot. Joey Jones a lot.
And right now, just about anybody they stick in there is finding some running room.
So 3rd down and 10, back at the 33. This could be a big stop for Tabor here defensively. You're in kind of a neutral area. Either you go for a field goal or you're actually kind of close to punt. It could be a pooch kick. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and 10. Francis in the pocket, looking downfield. It's up in the air, and it's going to be easily intercepted at the 3-yard line by Jason Dockery. Justin Murr finally coming over there. And Dustin Bryant downfield to help out on that stop. And that's the first turnover of the game for the Prairie Wolves.
Well, the bad news, Jeff, is it's the first turnover. The good news is, I guess, is it works almost just like a punt. You know, you're disappointed about the interception, but you end up actually pitting them deep in their own territory.
2:54 remaining here before halftime. So Tabor now has got the pressure on their backs to work deep out of their own territory from their own 4-yard line. And we've seen Tabor throw the football more than they have run it today. And here we go. It's a keeper by McKee, the quarterback, and he's quickly stopped in the backfield by Brandon Reeves.
Looked like there was some movement along that defensive line for Wesleyan. I guess the refs thought they got back, but I thought that might have been an offside call on Wesleyan, but they didn't call it.
2nd down coming up. Pick up a 3, 2nd and 7 from the 7. And what do we got out here. Officials timeout. Yeah, because Brandon Reeves has got a cut on his elbow, so they'll sub him out.
Oh yeah, kids think
He'll get checked out.
I know, I used to be one of those kids. I was on this field a lot. In the heat of the moment, though.
There it is, it's 2nd down and 7. It's a carry around the right side by Larga Spada. Takes it up to the 14-yard line, enough for a first down.
Yeah, that's a big first down right there because they were backed up almost against their own goal line. Now a little bit of breathing room here in their own territory.
Keeper by McKee, breaks free, gets past the 25, and Seth Wardine's there to tackle him at about the 28-yard line. Let's head down to the field. Here's Brandon Axemet. Brandon.
Guys, as you mentioned, the Nebraska Wesleyan team has 6 points so far. 2 of those are which are field goals. Aaron Lorraine, last year he had 12 field goals all season, so in this first half already, he's already got 2. Maybe it could be the year of the kicker for this Prairie Wolves offense.
And you could be right, Brandon, because so far we've seen some efficiency from Lorraine. And Kelby Vandenberg's had some pretty good punts, too, in the special teams.
Special teams was a strength last year, as we said, with a return game with Cody Eiler, blocking kicks, and some big plays already here today.
Yeah, Brandon Reeves had the block field goal. 2nd and 7 from the 31 as we close in on the minute 20 mark of this first half. Play action. McKee looking downfield. Bauer's open. He catches it at the 35, and he's tackled inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Taylor Gunther finally stopped Bauer, but McKee going to the air again. And a big catch from Bauer.
That's a mismatch right there. 5'9" Taylor Gunther going against 6'3" Scott Bauer. Scott Bauer is going to win that battle most of the time.
Bauer last year caught 11 passes for 196 yards. 1st and 10 from the Prairie Wolf 29. Pump fake. McKee going to keep it. Being pressured. He's got an open space. He's going to run with it. Goes running out of bounds inside the 20 at the 19 and gets the first down with 1 minute to play before the end of the first half. And the Prairie Wolves cannot let up here. They can't let up off the gas pedal here defensively. They've been very much in pursuit of McKee and that backfield all afternoon. McKee out of the gun, looking to throw, far side. Larga Spada makes the catch, and he is stopped on the play. Wrapped up that time by Kalen Vandenberg. Clock continuing to wind down here. Tabor looking to maybe set something up here quickly. 2nd and 4 from the Wesleyan 12. An option. It's a pitch. Larga Spada at 10. 5. Tackled by Reeves. Did he get into the end zone? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Tabor. And now they use the option, and their offense comes out here toward the very end of the first half, and they get one from 12 yards out.
Yeah, Tyler Davis, one of the other running backs, gets a key block that helped him get in the end zone there for the first touchdown of the game.
So the point after coming up. Jared Slavin's in to attempt it. Here it is. The kick is up, and it is good. And Tabor bounces back. They now have a 7-6 lead over Nebraska Wesleyan. 26 seconds to play in the half. Back after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
There you you see the faithful from Tabor College, again, who made that 4.5, 5-hour trip from Hillsboro, Kansas, up I-135, Highway 81, and all the way to Lincoln today. And their Tabor College Bluejays lead it now 7-6 over Nebraska Wesleyan. And that last drive, by far the best one that Tabor's put together so far.
Yeah, it looks like they finally got some things figured out. They scored that touchdown on the option play. One of the few positive running plays we've seen so far for Tabor. Wesleyan defense overall has done a pretty good job.
So Wesleyan with a couple of guys back to return. Wardeen over there, Earhart around the 5. Here's Slavens with the kick. And Wardeen gets it at the 3. To the near side, to the 20, to the 25. Stumbles on his feet, forced out of bounds. And it's going to be a personal foul, a late flag on Donnell Davis. And he is disputing that with the officials as Davis going to be picked up for another flag. As Wardeen was running, he was already out of bounds when Davis came over to apply the hit.
Yeah, Davis is arguing, but I think that was a good call right there by the officials.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the kicking team, number 11. 15-yard penalty. First down, Nebraska Wesleyan.
So we move the football to the Prairie Wolf 46. We're down to 19 seconds here in the quarter.
Well, because at first, he was just going to run out of bounds. I was like, all right. So I was like moving out, and then like 4 people hit him as he stepped out.
And
like, that's not
3
good.
receivers far side, 1 near side. Tyler Francis looking to throw, has some time. In the pocket, flag thrown. That might be a block in the back. But Francis going to run with it down the near sideline and forced out of bounds at the 40-yard line. But this may be coming back. Looked like TJ Westfall might have committed the block in the back penalty. Let's see.
Yeah, the preliminary signal here says holding, and TJ Westfall.
Holding on the offense,
call.
number 51. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So we go back from the 46 to the 36 with 9 seconds remaining.
Out of bounds.
First and long here for Wesleyan.
Yeah, you still have a couple timeouts here, Jeff. You can get a completion around midfield. Give yourself one last heave at the end zone. That might be what they're thinking. Otherwise, they could play conservative.
Gibson, Jones, Earhart splits the far side. Murr, the split near side. Here's Francis. Gives it to Bryant. Through the middle. Tackled around the 40. Clock winding out, and the first half comes to a close. So we do have ourselves a football game. And still plenty more football left here in this one at Abel Stadium. The season opener for both of these teams as we head to the break. At the half, Nebraska Wesleyan trails Tabor College 7-6. Coming up, we'll sit down and chat with Nebraska Wesleyan University President, Dr. Fred Olds. Talk about some of the improvements being made, including the new Bostwick Park. Plenty more to come after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
I had antiques, and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
It's so great that the parks are tobacco-free zones now.
I know it's so much cleaner and healthier for the kids.
Yeah, I agree.
Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind not smoking so close to the park? It's a tobacco-free playground. Thank you.
Play cleaner.
Play healthier. Play tobacco-free. Juega libre de tabaco. Play tobacco-free.
Oh, Kevin!
Kevin got out, Henry. You gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin! Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we had him licensed, or we might not have gotten him home.
Thank goodness they found him. Kevin!
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Oh, Kevin!
Kevin got out, Henry. You gotta find him. Kevin, where are you? Kevin, where are you?
Animal control called. They found Kevin. It's a good thing we had him licensed, or we might not have gotten him home.
Thank goodness they found him. Kevin!
On the Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network.
We're back on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. I'm here with Nebraska Wesleyan University President Dr. Fred Oles here in the brand new Bostwick Park, just among some of the fine improvements that have been made here in the off-season here on campus.
That's right, Jeff. We're delighted that we've got the Bostwick Park through the generosity of many alumni and friends of Nebraska Wesleyan. Scott Bostwick was a Hall of Fame linebacker on the Nebraska Wesleyan football team, and then after he graduated, he also coached on our team here. He had a national reputation as defensive coordinator at Northwest Missouri State. A couple of years ago, he got the nod to be the head coach at Northwest Missouri and tragically died before he could coach a game there. And so this Bostwick Park is a wonderful memorial to a fine Nebraska Wesleyan graduate.
And adjacent, of course, over here at Abel Stadium, something brand new for the football and soccer teams at their footsteps.
That's right, Jeff. We have a brand new field turf. We have a fund from the Weary family who provided the Weary Center. They also provided a fund for our field turf. And then the Nebraska Department of Environmental Quality has helped us out because they're recycled materials. We've got a brand new field, and it completes a set of renovations done over the last several years. We have a new scoreboard. We've got a wonderful video screen that goes with that scoreboard. The press box was doubled in size recently, and the Woody Greeno track has a brand new surface. So I'd say all around we've got a great facility now at Abel Stadium, Jeff.
And a great start to the season as well, Dr. Olds. Thank you so much for joining us. The improvements look very nice. We look forward to another season of football here at Nebraska Wesleyan.
Thanks much, Jeff. Delighted.
We'll be back with more here from Abel Stadium in just a few moments on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
This game is made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Use LES to save more. Union Bank, you belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University, where experience is the difference. Your experience.
Back at Abel Stadium here to begin the second half of action. It's Tabor College ahead of Nebraska Wesleyan 7-6. Jeff Moats, Tom Gimmelke with you. Here are the first half stats. And time of possession, boy, there's no question who dictated that. Almost 20 minutes for Wesleyan, 10 for Tabor College. Total yards, the advantage mostly going in the air for Tabor College. They got 169 total yards compared to the 152 for Wesleyan. Rushing is down for Tabor. That's been their bread and butter. Again, that option offense. They only got 68 yards on the ground, but the passing, they've been utilizing that more with over 100.
Yeah, that's a big surprise, as we talked about earlier in the show. They only average about 13 attempts per game. At least that's what they did last year. So we're seeing them throw the ball a lot more than what we would expect.
And so the Prairie Wolves will kick away here to begin the second half. Aaron Lorraine, the product out of Millard West. Here we go. Driving kick. And that will be picked up in the end zone by Donnell Davis as he takes a knee. And Tabor will have it at their own 20-yard line. Now, let's see, despite the break in the action here at halftime, if Tabor College can keep that momentum going.
Yeah, it looked like in that second quarter they were starting to figure some things out. They were starting to get the run game going a little bit. The passing game, as we talked about, going for them. So it looked like in the second quarter they were starting to find their rhythm a little more offensively. We'll see if Wesleyan can counter that.
Prairie Wolf defense had a pretty good first half despite giving up the 6 points on that touchdown pass late in the first half.
Right now, let's go, right here.
So Tabor will line up in that wing T. Flags come out. There was some movement before the ball was snapped, and the pass to Bauer goes incomplete. Good coverage from Taylor Gunther.
That was perfect coverage right there. Giving up a lot of size.
It's
Bench
offside.
number 95, 5-yard penalty. Replay first down.
David Jennings of Wesleyan stepped offside. The senior defensive lineman.
Going back to that play, Jeff, Taylor Gunther did a good job timing the jump and getting a hand on that pass.
No, back up.
So at the 30, 1st and 5. And here's Monroe with the carry. And they'll give him extra yardage past the 35, enough for the first down. But the point of attack, Wesleyan able to meet up with Monroe and preventing him from breaking free, but they allowed him enough extra yards to give Tabor the first down.
Yeah, that's one of the few good runs that Tabor's had up the middle. For the most part, Wesleyan pretty stout there in the middle of the interior line.
Option set up here again. Monroe met up and taken back down. Phil Latimer coming in, getting through that line to make the stop.
Well, you expect that kind of play from Phil Latimer. Second team All-America last year, the junior out of Broomfield, Colorado. Very disruptive on that defensive line. His teammates even say he's mean and crazy. It's not nice to say, but that's how they describe him, and that's a pretty good trait to have if you're a defensive lineman.
This guy's got the target on the quarterback. 7 quarterback sacks a year ago. As McKee, the quarterback, drops back. Pass completed about the 41-yard line. And the tackle made by Hunter Hand. And the reception made that time by James Kawangi, who made the reception just across the 45. They'll spot it at the 47. Near side here. McKee under center. Play action. Looks to throw. Helmet coming off. Pass intercepted. And it's picked off by Hunter Hand.
We just called his name a moment ago. Looked like Simon McGee was maybe going to take off and run that. I think in hindsight, he probably wishes he would have. And Hunter Hand from the linebacker position, throwing off the back foot, never a good idea. And he knows he'd love to have that one back.
First turnover of the game here for Simon McKee, the quarterback. So each quarterback with one turnover. We saw Tyler Francis throw an interception in the second quarter. In fact, that's what set up the long drive downfield and the eventual touchdown to give Tabor the 7-6 lead. From the Wesleyan 41, 1st and 10. Bryant gets the handoff, found an opening as he zigzags his way through. Jason Daughtry in on the stop. Also in on the tackle, Jordan Mosher.
And we'll see if that interception can maybe swing the momentum back toward Nebraska Wesleyan. That second quarter, it seemed like momentum was kind of going the way of Tabor, taking the lead there late in the end of the first half. Maybe that interception can get things going here for the Prairie Wolves. Good game there on first down.
Now Justin Murr coming in to bring in the play. He'll be the split toward the near side of the field. 3 wideouts far side. Shotgun here for Tyler Francis. And it is Bryant behind a blocker. Gets up to the 50-yard line, about a yard short of the first down. Nice little pickup. Again, offensive line doing a very good job of creating paths for guys like Bryant. Joey Jones earlier in the game for Wesleyan doing an excellent job in the trenches. And now a 3rd and 1 situation as they quickly go to the line. Quick snap, pitch. Bryant cuts back in past the 50 to the 49, gets the first down. Quickly tackled on the play. Nick France over there to meet up with Dustin Bryant as Bryant is stopped at the 48. First down, Prairie Wolves.
Yeah, Tyler Gibson, the wide receiver, actually had a pretty good block there inside. They didn't get much, but they didn't need much, and they moved the sticks.
Hey, they're subbing already! They're subbing already!
This time we'll see 3 receivers. Gibson, Earhart on the right. Larson over here on the near side with Corey Jones. And it's Bryant who gets the handoff. And about a 1-yard pickup to the 47-yard line for Dustin Bryant. Again, the Tabor defense reading what's going to happen in the middle. They're meeting up at the point of attack. They're picking up on that. Wesleyan was able to execute that quite a bit in the first half.
Yeah, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Tabor makes here in the second half as far as the run defense goes. Wesleyan, 96 yards rushing in the first half. They mentioned in the pregame they didn't run the ball very well last season, but the first half, pretty efficient on the ground.
Compared to the passing for only 56 yards in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9. Now play action. Francis throws out the middle, and it's complete to Gibson at the 35, running out to the far side, and he is tripped up by Donnell Davis out of bounds inside the 20, close to the 21-yard line, a first down.
That was a heck of a throw by Tyler Francis. He was getting rushed by 2 or 3 defenders. Would have been from his non-blind side, but threw that under heavy pressure on the money. Big gain to move the first down marker.
And it's the offensive line. You got to credit. They've created enough time for Francis to get set up and to throw in that pocket. And a big reception from Gibson. Wesleyan will line up in the I. Bryant and Lovell in that I formation. And it is Bryant again that takes the handoff. Actually, that was Joey Jones. Tarek Antoine in on the tackle that time. Joey Jones, another guy that's seen a lot of reps today, but Bryant back in here on this next play. Ball at the 22, loss of a yard. Again, that one time they go to the air here on this drive, and a big gain from Francis to Gibson. Now Connor Davis will go split to the right. Larson near side. 2 slots. On the left, it's Jones. Earhart on the right. Jones in motion. Bryant gets the handoff. Got an open crease. Takes it back to the 21-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. And so Tarek Antoine on the stop that time for Tabor. Big third down here, Tom, for Wesleyan. They've been so close, but they've settled for field goals today.
Yeah, this is a big play in this game early on in this second half. I think Wesleyan's done a lot of things they've wanted to offensively. The one thing they haven't done yet is get the ball in the end zone. This would be big if they can find a way to get in the end zone here.
Davis and Murr split to the right. Kind of a wing setup in the backfield. And now what do we got here? Timeout on the field. So the Prairie Wolves will call the timeout. 9:10 left, third quarter. We'll take a break too. It's 7-6 Tabor College over Wesleyan on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
It's so great that the parks are tobacco-free zones now.
I know it's so much cleaner and healthier for the kids.
Yeah, I agree. Excuse me, ma'am. Would you mind not smoking so close to the park? It's a tobacco-free playground. Thank you.
Play cleaner.
Play healthier. Play tobacco-free. Juega libre tobacco. Play tobacco-free.
Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network. First coverage of Prairie Wolf football 2013 this afternoon from Abel Stadium. Jeff Moats, Tom Gimmelke, and the rest of our 21 Sports crew. Brandon Axemet also on our sidelines today. We'll be talking with him here in a little bit. 3rd and 10. This is from the 21 of Tabor. Francis will send Gibson in motion to the far side. Francis dropping back. Screen toss complete. Bryant cuts back in. 15. Tackled across the 15 at the 13-yard line. 2 yards short of the first down.
Boy, Caleb Armstrong, the center, gets a key block and almost enough for the first down. They're going to be a couple of yards short, so decision time here for Nebraska Wesleyan. But Caleb Armstrong, the center out of Papillion, Nebraska, good block on that screen play.
Well, you're close to a first down. You're 2 yards away. You're at the 13 in that red zone area, and they're going to go for it.
That's a gutsy call here. Still a lot of time left to go here in the third quarter. Field goal gives you the lead.
Play clock down to 10. Need to get something set up. You're on 4th and 2. Francis. And what do we got here? Delay a game.
They didn't get it off in time.
They could not get it off in time.
Delay a game. Offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Now you bring out the field goal unit and Aaron Lorraine. And the kid from the Omaha area will attempt it from the 25. This is a 35-yard attempt from the near side hash mark. Snap the hold the boot. Got the distance. The kick is up, and it is good. It stayed right inside the right upright, and Aaron Lorraine boots another one through, and that gives the Prairie Wolves a 9-7 lead with just under 8 minutes to go, third quarter on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
That guy there, Aaron Lorraine, been very efficient today. 3 of 3 from field goals. All 9 points courtesy of him today for the Prairie Wolves. Nebraska Wesleyan leading it 9-7 over Tabor College, who comes into this matchup today ranked 17th in the NAIA Top 25 poll. Wesleyan picked preseason number 4 in the GPAC standings. And so far, they have competed really well. Low driving kick from Lorraine to one of the up men for Tabor. And on that return, Jeremiah Alford takes it ahead and tackled at about the 37-yard line.
It looked like Preston Franzen there for Nebraska Wesleyan getting the tackle there.
Again, you got to credit this Prairie Wolf offense today. They've been very consistent. They've only had one turnover, but the downside of it is that they have not been able to get inside to a point where they could try to score, but they've settled for 3 field goals today. From the 37, here's Tabor. McKee, Monroe, handoff, spins out of one tackle, and then the Prairie Wolves meet up with him as he picks up some extra yards toward the 43-yard line.
Yeah, if you're James Monroe, you know, last year you're a 1,000-yard rusher, and today all those yards have been very tough coming. That time, nice gain there on first down, but for the most part, Wesleyan's done a good job bottling him up.
2nd and 5. Counter play going left side. And Tukolsky trying to reach out and trying to trip up the runner that time. Largaspada was the ball carrier. Gets the first down for Tabor. So they move the ball right up to the 50.
Tyler Davis, the running back, a nice block there, getting some room on the outside to pick up that first down.
Here's McKee on 1st and 10. Far side. Largaspada catches it. Ran out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A 6-yard pickup for him.
Yeah, and Tabor picking up the tempo here. They've done it most of the game, this kind of hurry-up offense they run.
Play action. McKee, pursuit, and a sack. And that's a big one for Taylor Tukolsky, the former Norris Titan.
Yeah.
Watch this again. That was a big bear hug.
Yeah, we can hear through our field mics. Big one, TK, as Taylor Tukolsky, a sack there. That's a big sack that sets him now up 3rd and long.
So now McKee will work out of the gun. Looking to throw, pursuits on, pass over the middle, almost intercepted. So close. Good defensive effort from Zach Stover, I believe. That's who the guy was in that secondary, or at least in the linebacker spot. And so 4th down. And just like that, when you start to see this momentum shift, the Wesleyan defense responds. And that big sack from Tukolsky, key part. Now we got penalty flags. It's going to be an offside. Andy Fedoris a little anxious there. So he jumped into the neutral zone.
Yeah, going back to that last play, Jeff, Stover's going to be seeing that one in his sleep. That was a surefire pick. Phil Latimer got great pressure. I think that forced that throw a little sooner than McGee wanted to throw it. Yeah, we thought that was a for sure pick, but nonetheless, they do force the 4th down.
Well, as the officials decide what they want to do, let's see what they've come up with.
Offsides, defense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
Actually, it was Ben Fedoris, his twin brother. We thought it was Andy, but it was Ben Fedoris, his twin brother, that jumped offside.
Well, you got the family right at least. That's all that counts.
Close enough. In fact, both of them are lined up next to each other on the line here on 4th down. Here's Fritz with the punt. Larson going to let it bounce. And he picks it up as he falls to the turf at the 11-yard line.
Well, hey, you usually don't like to see your receiver fielding a ball that bounces like that deep inside your own territory. The coaches to our left of us here, the Nebraska Wesleyan coaches, I think they all breathing a big sigh of relief there. That almost hit one of the Wesleyan players. Could have been disaster.
Absolutely. And we saw that happen earlier where Tabor College, it was Donnell Davis that had a kick that he hit off his jersey, went through his hands. Wesleyan gets it back, and that's what ultimately gave the Prairie Wolves their first 3 points of the game. So 1st and 10 from the 11. Here's a toss. Bryant around the left side, cuts back in. Tackled across the 15 at the 16-yard line. Back down to the field, let's check in with Brandon.
Guys, we're having a little bit of a mix-up with the twins on this team. That set of twins is one set of 5 pairs of brothers on this football team. I talked to Coach Keller earlier this week, and he talked about this Wesleyan football program. It is something about it. It always brings first and then sometimes second generation, even third generations players back to play for this team. There's 2 players who had older brothers that played for the Prairie Wolves that are on this squad, and 3 players whose dads played here before them, one of which is Coach Keller's son, Crew Keller, a freshman slot receiver. Maybe look for some big things from him in a few years.
Of course, Crew played his high school ball just up the road here at Lincoln Northeast. The guy on the field that is down for Tabor College is Colin Hodges. Looks like he might have a cramp or something. Usually at this time of the year, Tom, when the weather's still relatively warm out, you're going to see a lot of guys cramp up in their legs. And that usually tends to kind of drift away as the weather gets cooler through the course of the season.
Yeah, the heat could be a factor in this game, not only for cramping issues, just for fatigue reasons also. You know, we get late in this game here, those big linemen. You know, Jeff, you and me are a couple big guys ourselves. You know, this game gets on in that heat. It can be pretty tough sledding out there.
Well, the one thing today, it was supposed to be in the mid-90s for a high, and we've had a lot of cloud cover around here this afternoon. There's been what looks like some shower activity to the north and east of here. 2nd and 5, Francis over the middle. Pass is complete, and it's caught by Nolan Clausen, the big tight end. Clausen with the reception. The junior out of Ord.
Yeah, Jeff, we're going to watch the replay. Once again, I'm going to sing the praise of Tyler Francis. Just such good poise in the pocket. You kind of expect that for an upperclassman like him, a junior this year. Francis has such good poise in the pocket. That pass right on the money.
We mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, too. We talked with Alex Linden, the sports information director here at Wesleyan, said Clausen hurt his back a little bit in a preseason scrimmage against Hastings last week. And they thought he'd be ready enough to play today. And now here's Joey Jones going around right side. Gets the first down. He is tackled at about the 45. And again, a first down for the Prairie Wolves.
Yeah, we'll watch the replay here. This one looked like this might go for a big gainer. Gets the first down anyway. But that one looked like that had a chance to go for even much more. I think Tabor lucky to get him down there just after looks like about a 12-yard pickup.
Matt McElroy put the stop on Joey Jones. So from the Prairie Wolf 45. 1st and 10 here for Tyler Francis out of the snap. Hands it off. Bryant breaks free. 45-40. It's a foot race. Trying to cut back in and finally sandwiched and taken down at the 20-yard line. Cody Godshall and a few other Tabor defenders finally getting there and stopping Dustin Bryant with a big gain downfield.
I think they might have run the exact same play. That's just an off-tackle play. They run it off the right side. They have found something on the right side of that offensive line. Eric Byerly, the right tackle, Ryan Beebe, the right guard, doing a great job of blocking and a huge gain for the Prairie Wolves.
Closing in on 4.5 minutes here in the third. Wesleyan trying to get lined up here on the line. One slot man here on the left side. Francis gives it up. Looks like Jones, the ball carrier again, takes it inside the 20. Toward the 17. About a 3-yard gain on the play. Again, Jones, we've seen a lot of him this afternoon. Only a sophomore. He's out of Papillion La Vista. Part of a good football team that was up there just 2 years ago that made the state playoffs. 3 receivers near side. Larson, Jones, and Earhart. And it's given to Joey Jones, who breaks through the middle. Fumble on the play. Tabor says they got it back. It looks like they get the football.
Oh, that hurts.
That was a big hit, and that's a costly situation for Wesleyan. Jones getting through the middle of the line.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it here. I didn't quite see who recovered that. We should have get a pretty good look here. And that looks like that's Jordan Mosher, the starting linebacker, pouncing on that fumble. That's a huge, huge blunder for the Prairie Wolves.
And this could be a big boost here for Tabor. 3:37 to play. You're down 9-7. Your offense has been held at bay for much of this game. They'll work from their own 5. 1st and 10, option pitch, near side. Picked up, wide open space ahead, 20, 25, 30, and a saving tackle that time. The ball carrier was Tyler Davis.
Carried by number 10, Tyler Davis.
Take a look at this again. It's Hunter Hand who came up with the stop, but Tyler Davis with a big option run along the right side.
Brandon Johnson, nice block there on Seth Wardine. Didn't get a lot of them, but got enough of them for the block.
Play action now. McKee looking to throw. Pass is complete. No, drop. Incomplete. Intended for Bauer. He had it in his grasp, just could not hold on to it. I think he was thinking about maybe heading upfield and not focused on simply catching the ball.
Jeff, I think if you're Tabor, I think you need to go back to that option play. Both times they've run that option to the right side. One of the times they scored a touchdown, and the play right before that, a big gain. I think they need to see more of that option.
I mean, that's kind of their bread and butter.
Hey, let's go, D, let's go!
I think Alex Linden told us before game time today, their offense is similar to what Millard North has always run all those years up there. And here's another option keeper. McKee is tackled. You had Tukolsky. You had Spencer Fecht over there. And it looked like Zach Stover over there too.
McKee looked like he had ideas of pitching that, but the Wesleyan defense got there too quick before he could even pitch it.
So big 3rd down and 9 from their own 30. Tabor with the football. And now we got movement on the line. Wesleyan pointing that out too.
False start, offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Jordan Costa. That's the guy offside.
That'll be a good game.
Yeah, and that's big. 3rd and 10 is at least somewhat manageable. Now 3rd and 14, that's pretty tough, especially against a pretty good Nebraska Wesleyan defense.
So 3rd down and long. McKee out of the gun. Pass far side, complete to Bauer. And Bauer forced out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Flag on the play. I think they're going to get Nebraska Wesleyan on a late hit.
Yeah, Eric Richards was over there. And this will be costly too.
Not a smart play. Yeah, that's a good call. I think they're going to get Michael Hittner for a late hit. Yeah, they had that play stopped instead of punting the football. That's going to be a 1st down now for Tabor.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds on the defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
So 1st down. As a result of that late hit penalty. Michael Hittner, a veteran of that Wesleyan secondary. Play action, McKee looking to throw. Pump fakes. On the move, Latimer on his heels, runs him out of bounds. And the big man out of Broomfield, Colorado was in hot pursuit that time, and McKee had no other choice.
We got a nice crowd on hand here to Jeff, and they're all getting their money's worth today watching Phil Latimer chasing down a quarterback across the field like that. Impressive speed. Phil Latimer, just a junior, fun guy to watch.
2nd, and we'll call it 11. Actually, a 1-yard loss on that last play. McKee calling out the play at the line. Here's a toss. And running around right tackle. Dancing ahead up to the 49-yard line. Getting about a 2-yard pickup on the play. Anthony Largasparga. And it might have been Brandon Johnson, actually. It was Johnson, the ball carrier. One thing we want to point out is that both teams actually have dual numbers for a lot of their players. Some play offense, the others play on the defensive side. That's why they have similar numbers. As McKee gets out of a tackle from Tukolsky, and then just like that, he was sandwiched up between David Jennings and Hunter Hand. Stopped at the 46-yard line. Still short of the first down.
Well, give credit to that NWU defensive line. They're making life pretty uncomfortable right now for McKee, the quarterback for Tabor. And it looks like they're setting up to go for this on 4th down.
So 4th and 4 at the Wesleyan 46. And now McKee calling out the play.
We'll see if maybe they're just trying to get him to jump off sides here.
Wesleyan fans coming to their feet. It's an option pitch. Johnson around the tackle, gets the first down, and Richards forces him out inside the 35 at the 34.
Yeah, Jeff, whenever Tabor runs the option, I've been really impressed with their receivers. They get some good downfield blocking. Let's see if we can see the replay here. They couldn't quite catch you got the block there, but their receivers do a great job of blocking on those option runs, and that was a big, big conversion.
Time winding down here in the third quarter. 1 second, and the time will run out. The third quarter comes to a close. So we're through 3, and we've been treated to a very good football game here. The Prairie Wolves still ahead of the 17th-ranked Tabor College Bluejays, 9-7 on 21 Sports.
Growing up, I've always told people I want to get into the family business. I wanted to make sure that I really paid tribute to what my grandpa and my dad did. That's why I've chosen the name Third Generation Builder. The best part for me is when I get to hand the new homeowners their keys. It's just that satisfaction of knowing that this house is now their home. Union Bank is a great partner and they can help me expand my business. It's really exciting for me.
Let's head down to the field. Here's Brandon Axement with some updates.
Guys, Nebraska Wesleyan has not lost at home to a non-conference opponent since all the way back in 1999. Right now, the streak is at 9 games. They hope to move it to 10 with a win here today. The good news is, if you're a Prairie Wolves fan, it's the 4th quarter, and last year, Wesleyan absolutely dominated the 4th. Not only did they score the most points in the 4th quarter, they also allowed the fewest. So we'll see what transpires here in this 4th quarter today.
And, you know, Brandon, you talk about last year's opener. That was against St. Mary's, another member of that same conference that Tabor College plays in. And Wesleyan looking to keep this streak going. So far, they've held Tabor at bay, except for that 7-6 lead at halftime that Tabor picked up on that late touchdown in the first half. But now we have 1st and 10 from the Prairie Wolf 34-yard line. Here it is, a counter play around left tackle. Ball carrier for Tabor was Tyler Davis. Davis takes it and picks up about 4 to the 30-yard line. Second and we'll call it 6. Option play, keeper by McKee and David Jennings over there to make the stop. Stover coming in to help out too. It's about a 1-yard pickup for McKee down to the 29.
Yeah, for the most part, I think Tabor's done pretty good running that option today. That time totally stuffed there, as Jennings, one of the guys there, looks like for Nebraska Wesleyan, stopping that for a minimal gain.
3rd and 5 from the 29. Big 3rd down opportunity for the Bluejays. Handoff given. Dive play. Down inside the 25 to the 24. It is a 1st down. James Monroe with the carry.
Boy, and that's 3 straight 3rd down conversions. The Wesleyan defense just cannot get off the field. Penalties, a couple conversions given up to Tabor, and Tabor rolling right now, 1st down.
Option play, keeper by McKee, wrapped up, tackled, picks up about a couple of yards. Taylor to Kolste in on the tackle.
And that last first down pickup, big for Tabor. They don't get that. You're looking at probably about a 45-yard field goal. They've got a freshman place kicker who's obviously unproven, so that would have been pretty dicey, but instead they get the first down.
2nd and 8. Again, McKee. Monroe gets the handoff, running into a defender that time, Spencer Fecht. Met up with him at the point of attack. Monroe takes it ahead down to about the 19. Big 3rd down.
Well, Spencer Fecht, good form tackle there. That was a textbook tackling. Tackling has been almost a lost art, but that time, good job of wrapping up there by Fecht.
Now McKee looking to throw here on 3rd down. Airs it out toward the inside corner of the end zone. Did he get it? No, incomplete. He was out of bounds when he caught the ball. Double coverage, Hittner and Richards on Scott Bauer, the receiver. And now 4th down.
That was close being in bounds.
Oh,
that was close.
That was awfully close.
That was a perfect throw there by McKee. We'll see this one
here.
Look
at this.
Oh, I think good call. I think he was juggling it.
Yeah,
he got the foot
didn't
down.
have total possession of the ball. We'll probably get an eyewitness account from Brandon Axelman here in a little bit. Now the field goal. This is from the 26, a 36-yard attempt from Jared Slavens. This would give Tabor the lead. The kick is up. It's got the distance. It is good. So Tabor takes the lead by 1. They now lead at 10-9. 12:48 to play in this game on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that for every degree you set your thermostat below 68 in the wintertime, you can save 3 to 5% on your heating costs? 3 to 5%. As some people might say, that's hot. Check us out at les.com or do a search for LES Video Vault on YouTube for even more energy-saving tips like this one. See you next time.
Well, that last pass play before Tabor settled for that field goal, awfully close. Looked like that maybe Bauer may have had a hand and caught the ball, but let's get an eyewitness account here from our 3rd member of our broadcast team, Brandon Axelman. Brandon?
Guys, I was pretty much in perfect position to see the play. I'm right here in the corner of the end zone, and if he had have maintained possession on that initial catch, it would have been a touchdown, but as you guys saw from way up there, it was very impressive. He did juggle it, and by the time he regained possession, his foot was out of bounds. So in my opinion, it was a right call. Props to you guys for seeing that way up there.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it was a pretty good catch, but, as we saw it on the replay, obviously, we got a better vantage point. He didn't have total control of the ball. So now Tabor settling for that field goal. They go up 10-9. And still plenty of time left here in this game. And what do we got here? Another whistle. This is being offside. Or a false start.
Delay a game on the kicking team, number 18, 5-yard penalty.
Delay of game on a kickoff. I haven't seen that called very much.
No, very seldom. So they'll move it back to the 30, and that's where Jared Slavens will kick. Again, 10-9, 12:48 to play in this game. Wesleyan down by 1 here in the home opener. We got 5 more games here with you on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network this season. And so far, we've been treated to a pretty good football game.
Heck of a game.
Here's the kick. And it looks like Earhart gets it at the 5. Coming out toward the outside, toward the 30. And he is wrapped up around the 34-yard line. So Wesleyan will have the ball there to begin their next drive. And this is a perfect opportunity here for Wesleyan to get something going here. You got plenty of time on the clock. You have some time now. If we were getting close to the 7-6 minute mark, you're in the danger zone, and that's where time becomes of the essence. But now Tyler Francis has some time to work with here. 1st and 10 from the 34. Francis dropping back. Near side. Caught by Gibson at the 45. Tackled at the 50. And a first down.
Well, that time the offensive line for Wesleyan gives Francis plenty of time. Allows him to go through his progressions. Looks off the short man and said, looks like that's Tyler Gibson finding the catch and getting the first down.
Did a good job of protecting the ball, too, and fending off defenders, too. Ball spotted at the 49, 1st and 10. Joey Jones gets the handoff, and at the point of attack, he stopped at the 50 for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, and Jeff, you mentioned just a moment ago, plenty of time here. Wesleyan's done a good job running the football. You stick with it. That's been working for you all afternoon. That play was a minimal gain, actually a loss of 1, but for the most part, they've been doing a good job of running the football, so keep with that, because I still think that there's grounds to be gained there on, yards to be gained on the ground.
Burr, Gibson, 2 receivers to the left. Bryant, the eye back, the fullback level. Play action, Francis, toss, complete to level at the 45, and he's tripped up at the 42-yard line. Matt McElroy with the tackle for Tabor.
I'll give Matt McElroy a lot of credit here. We see the replay. He's going to trip him up by the shoelaces. If he doesn't get that tackle, that's a first down and then some. Instead, it brings up a key 3rd down.
And what do we got here? A whistle on the field. This might have something to do with the game clock. Or is it a timeout? Well, Francis coming over toward the sideline. Let's get the official word.
Please set the game clock to 11 minutes and 27 seconds and the play clock to 25 seconds.
So 11:27 on the game clock. There you see on the screen it's 11:37, but they need 11:27. And the play clock is at 25.
At least he's polite.
So we'll resume play here. 3rd and 3, big 3rd down from the 42 in Tabor territory. Play clock down to 14. They can't waste any time. As the Prairie Wolves go to the line. Down to 7 seconds. Need to get the snap. Here's Francis. Fakes it. Screen toss. Far side. Complete. And it's to the tight end. Reception on the far side. Looks like Maury Lawrence made the catch. He is probably about a yard or 2 short of the first down. This is 4th down for the Prairie Wolves.
Yeah, and the offense, you see Tyler Francis coming off the field a little disgusted. I think maybe he was thinking of going for that, but 4th and 2, still plenty of time here. I think you got to punt this football away and trust your defense.
Nope, they're going to keep the offense out. So the punting unit comes back out. And what do we got here? Timeout called by Tabor. They were getting in punt formation. They saw what Wesleyan was doing.
Timeout, Tabor College.
So
their first charge timeout of the half.
We'll take a break with him. 10:18, 10:19 to go. 10-0 Tabor with the lead on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3. You get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Well, before it went to break, we saw the punting unit coming out for Wesleyan, and then they did the old switcheroo. They send the offense back out. Tabor was set up in punt formation, and that's what provoked Tabor to take the timeout with 10:19 to play. So each team with 2 timeouts left, and a 4th and 2 here for the Wolves.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jeff, I think you punt the football here, but, I'm not the coach.
So Wesleyan will go for it. They'll work out of the I formation. Bryant dots the I, Lovell the fullback. It's a handoff. Bryant takes it ahead, gets the first down, then some, scrambles ahead and takes it to the 35-yard line. Good play call that time. And Dustin Bryant keeps the drive alive for Wesleyan. Little smash mouth that time.
Well, good job, Dustin Bryant there, just keeping the legs turning. Looked like he might have been stopped real close to the sticks, and instead he keeps the legs moving and gets more than enough for the first down.
Gibson, the receiver, far side, along with Larson. Lovell, the fullback. Bryant, the tailback. Here's Francis. And off Bryant. Found an open crease. Not for long, though. Tackled by Nick France. Again at that point of attack at the 45. No gain on the play for Dustin Bryant.
Nick France, one of those guys, one of those impact players for Tabor. Actually led the team in interceptions. You don't see that a lot from a linebacker. Good in the pass game, and as we see there, good in the run game also.
Come on, sideline! Let's go, Brad! Let's go! Come on, Wolves!
So they'll send triples to the far side. One split near side. Jones in the backfield with Francis out of the shotgun. Looking to throw, near side, downfield, up in the air. Gibson's attempt, it goes incomplete. Jason Daughtry had coverage. Tyler Gibson, the intended target.
Well, Jason Daughtry, you're going to see the replay. He's sitting there in man coverage. Knocks the ball away from Tyler Gibson. Good job timing the jump and defending that pass.
So 3rd down here for Wesleyan. Splits the near side, 2 to the far side. And drop, snap, loose football. Tyler Francis jumped on top of it, and that'll bring up 4th down and about a loss of a yard.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Jeff, Wesleyan just cannot get out of its own way here once they get inside Tabor territory. Instead of giving yourself a chance maybe to kick a field goal, instead now you're going to be punting the football. And lots of missed opportunities today for the Prairie Wolves.
Kelby Vandenberg standing at midfield at the Wesleyan 48. Gets the boot. Here it is. High spiraling punt. And it will go in to the end zone for a touchback. And so Tabor will have it at their own 20. And as I talked about earlier, Wesleyan had a lot of game time left with about 12:40 to get things rolling on offense. Now we're down to 8:16. Tabor's got the football. They have an opportunity to keep a hold of the football, but they can't get too conservative. Wesleyan has to step up their defense. And then if they do get the ball back offensively, they need to kick it into high gear.
Yeah, the clock right now, the enemy of Nebraska Wesleyan defense needs to find a way to get off the field here, get the ball back for the offense.
Simon McKee, the quarterback, under center. Handoff, it's given to not Monroe this time. New ball carrier in there, Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I think we're going to have a holding call here on Tabor.
It's a penalty flag thrown. It is a holding
on
penalty.
the offense, number 60, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So it is a holding penalty against Tabor.
Yeah, whenever they throw the flag back toward the line of scrimmage, almost always a holding call.
And that hasn't helped a lot offensively for Tabor. McKee on 1st and 20. And Tukolsky comes in with another sack. Back at the 6-yard line. A 4-yard loss. Watch Taylor Tukolsky, that former Norris Titan, coming in and putting the wrap on McKee.
Yeah, they tried chipping him with a back right there, and that's a mismatch. Tukolsky, impact player. We talk a lot about Phil Latimer, but Tukolsky had himself a pretty nice afternoon here for NWU.
2nd and long. Handoff, actually an option keep by McKee, and he is stopped for a short gain. Phil Latimer over there. Hunter Hand over there too. We've mentioned Hunter Hand a lot this afternoon.
Yeah, he's been an impact player. Had an interception earlier. And how big is that holding penalty right now for Tabor?
That's huge. Under 7 minutes to go. 3rd and long at the 8. McKee rolling back deep in the pocket. Throws a pass over the middle. It is complete, but not enough for a first down. It gives him back above the line of scrimmage to the 24. Reception made by Jonah McKee. And that will bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will come out for Tabor.
Well, the Prairie Wolf defense, they do their job. They get off the field. Offense is going to have the ball back a little under around 6 minutes left, so still plenty of time.
Ryan Larson will be back to await the punt. Nick France gets the snap. Here's the kick. And Larson calling a fair catch. And they'll spot him at the 38-yard line. So 62 yards to pay dirt for Wesleyan. That's what they got to work with here in the next 6 minutes, as they trail 10-9. 17th ranked team of the country, and they're hanging with them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, what a game here. 6 minutes left to go, 4th quarter, 1-point game. I mean, you can't ask for much more than this. New field turf. I'm having fun out here, Jeff.
A great way to kick off a college football season here in Lincoln, at least for Nebraska Wesleyan. First game of the season. In fact, the GPAC games, a lot of them getting started today. Francis out of the gun. And Bryant gets the handoff. Takes it ahead, tackled at the 40. Pickup of 2 on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up here. And the clock continues to wind down.
Yeah, and I think we're getting to that time of game where Tyler Francis, the quarterback for Wesleyan, probably needs to take over this football game. He's looked pretty efficient here this afternoon, but we're going to be seeing a lot of number 1 here, I expect, here in these last minutes.
Oh, I'm sure. I formation, level the fullback, the tailback Bryant. 1 receiver each side for Wesleyan. Francis, play action, rolls, pass incomplete, off the fingertips of Nick Lovell, the intended target.
Well, just another miscue there for Wesleyan. That ball thrown perfectly, goes right off the fingertips of Lovell. Lovell, usually a pretty dependable receiver, but that one, he just went off his fingertips, maybe looked upfield a little bit too early. And unfortunately, just another blunder here for NWU.
So another 3rd down. 5:16 to go. Play clock down to 17. Francis out of the shotgun. We're down to 5 seconds on the play clock. Here it is. Francis in trouble. Throws. Pass knocked away. Incomplete. Intended for Corey Jones. And you had double coverage. Cam Burrows over there. And what do we got here?
Francis was a little shaken up there, Jeff.
Yeah,
he got some pressure.
Took a big hit. And now 4th down. Kelby Vandenberg is back out to punt.
Yeah, that Tabor defense that time, they didn't get the sack, but they got the hurry, and that was just as good because they forced the punt.
Vandenberg with the punt. And it's dropped, but recovered. And it's going to be Daughtry taken back down. It bounced off his jersey, and he's forced back down. They'll spot him at the 18-yard line.
I'll tell you, that punt return game for Tabor has been a cardiac arrest for the coaching staff. A muff punt earlier. That one dropped. Fortunate to get it back.
Special teams for them been kind of rough today. Although they managed to get a field goal to give them the 10-9 lead. It's safe to say the kicking game has been the scoring machine for both teams, except for the one touchdown from Tabor late in the first half. And a handoff on 1st and 10 to the 20, 2-yard pickup. They uncover the pile here. Hunter Hand in on the stop, and it was Monroe, the ball carrier.
And right now, if you're the Blue Jays, you're thinking a couple first down, and you just about have this thing on ice. Wesleyan still with 2 timeouts, but they need to stop here.
2nd and 8. Handoff Monroe. And again, the Wesleyan defense stops him. They give him about 1 yard, and that's it. Monroe has not been able to break free for anything today. He's been limited.
No, just 6 yards in the first half. I didn't quite see the third quarter stats here as we take a look at Monroe. Actually, just 17 yards on the game and into the fourth quarter. So the Wesleyan defense has answered the bell and stopped the #1 rusher from a year ago.
Give credit to that Prairie Wolf defense. They took that game plan to heart. 3rd and 7. Pitch. A halfback toss downfield from Davis, and it goes incomplete. Looking downfield that time, trying to go for the home run. Roger Mahika was the intended target, and now Tabor will punt. Nick France will do it. Again, 3:42 to work with. Here's the boot. Larson at the 40, drops it, loose football, and Tabor has it, I believe. It's another scrum for it. Who got it back? Did Tabor get it? Yes, they did.
Well, that might have been the final nail in the coffin there, Jeff. There's still 3:30 left to go.
Well, the wind was taken out of the sails that time. Watch this again. Larson had it. He muffed it. And then one of the up men, Keith Francis, came running in to put the stop on Larson. The ball was loose, and then he went scrambling for it. Then it was a mad dash. So with 3.5 to go in the game, Tabor gets a break. They have the football at the Wesleyan 33-yard line. Monroe around right tackle. Quick stop that time.
Well, as disastrous as that fumble was, Jeff, Wesleyan still has 2 timeouts here. 3 minutes left to go. Right now, Tabor just at the edge of field goal range. Even if you hold the field goal here, you're still in it.
So let's see what they go with here on 2nd and 8. And they're just taking their time. The clock continues to wind down. We're down to the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, they've been up-tempo most of the game. This might actually take them out of the rhythm a little bit, slowing down, because they've been kind of fast here most of the game.
McKee under center. It's an option. It's a keeper by McKee, and Taylor Tukolsky is there to wrap him up and stop him at the 29.
I think Mr. Tukolsky has my vote for defensive player of the game. That guy's been everywhere today. That was a big stop there, enforcing yet another crucial 3rd down.
Timeout on the field, Nebraska Wesleyan. Their second charge, timeout.
So Wesleyan will burn a timeout. They're down to 1 left here in the game. We have 2:40 to go. Tabor ahead 10-9 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Oh man, Joey. 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 Joey.
Thank goodness you had a license on him, because I was able to find out where he lived and bring him home to you safely.
Oh, Joey.
Folks still hanging around for this game. Being treated to a good one this afternoon here at Abel Stadium. And with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to play, Tabor College with the football at the Wesleyan 29, 3rd and 6. And this is an ever so important 3rd down for Tabor College to sustain this drive. As McKee goes under center, play action, toss it, it's intercepted, tipped up, Hittner comes up with an interception, and he's finally tackled at the 33. Wow. Someone in that Wesleyan defense got a hand up, tipped the ball, Hittner saw it, picked it up, and intercepts it.
Boy, for all the mistakes the Prairie Wolves have made today, that a big play. We'll see the replay.
And it was Hunter Hand who got a hand up in the passing lane.
The hands of Hand, I guess.
What a play. And now the Prairie Wolves, with 2:33 to play, have got a march downfield. They're about 67 yards away from the 33. Francis out of the shotgun, looking to throw. Looking downfield. He's got Gibson down there, tipped up, and it goes incomplete. Daughtry with good coverage on the play for Tabor. And Cody Godshaw almost close to where he could have maybe intercepted it.
Boy, whenever you see a ball tipped like that, your heart skips a beat if you're a Wesleyan fan. And it looked like Godshaw was going to have a shot at picking that off. Wesleyan pretty lucky that ball was not intercepted. You know, you're for Wesleyan, you got to be telling yourself 2:28 left to go. You just need a field goal to take the lead in this game. So, that's something to consider here.
2 splits near side. 2nd and 10. Francis dropping deep in the pocket. The pursuit's on. Swings it to the far side. Bryant dodges 1 tackle. He's up to the 40, and he's tripped up just short of the first down at the 42-yard line. About a 9-yard pickup, but Tyler Francis, he threw that thing clear across the field. 3rd and a yard.
Sorry, Jeff, that one there looked like that could have been a big gainer. As we see who made the tackle over there.
And now what do we got here? Timeout taken by Tabor College. They're down to their final timeout.
Timeout, Tabor College. Their second charge, timeout.
Just under 2 minutes left in this one. Stick around for the finale. Tabor up 10-9 on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the two together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Back here at Abel Stadium, we'll check in with Brandon Axelman in just a moment. 3rd and a yard here at the 42 of Wesleyan with 1:56 to play. Francis. Here's the handoff. Bryant breaks through the line, picks up the first down, tackled at the 44-yard line. Let's head down to Brandon with an update. Brandon?
Nebraska Wesleyan trailed and came back from a fourth quarter deficit was in 2010 against Dakota Wesleyan. They were down 20-17. They went on to win 27-20. Let's see if the Prairie Wolves can pull up another fourth quarter comeback here today.
And on 1st and 10, Francis looking to hook up to his former Rocket teammate, Corey Jones, in the flat far side. It goes incomplete.
Yeah, that one of the few bad throws Francis has made today. That one just sailed on him a little bit, way high of the target.
Minute 40 on the clock, 2nd and 10.
Still probably about 25 yards from what I would consider makeable field goal range.
Shotgun setup. Looking to throw. Francis got some time, rolling to his right. He's going to try to keep it, dodging one tackle, but he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yards. And now the clock continues to wind down, and Wesleyan will likely...
Might be an injury timeout.
Timeout on the field, Nebraska Wesleyan, their 3rd and final charge, timeout of the half.
So they'll call timeout. There is an injured Tabor College player on the field. We'll take a break too. 1:26 to go. Back after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Well, the Prairie Wolves call timeout, and there you see Aaron Lorraine, the kicker, and he may be called in if they get close enough. Let's see what Tyler Francis can do here on 3rd and long. From the 43. Francis looking to throw. Has some time over the middle. Pass is tipped up. It goes incomplete. Larson was the intended target, but Mosher tipped the ball up.
Well, Francis had plenty of time to throw that ball. That Wesleyan offensive line experience. They do a great job protecting for him, but give credit to that Tabor defense and pass coverage.
So 4th down. And right here, this will be the play to decide the game. Murr, the split to the far side. With him is Corey Jones. 2 others to the near side. Here on 4th and long. Francis looking to throw. Looking downfield. Corey Jones, it goes incomplete. And there was coverage downfield. So the pass goes out of bounds, incomplete. Tabor holds. And they have the football with 1:16 remaining.
Yeah, we'll watch the replay here. They go for a pretty big gainer and just a little bit too tall there for Corey Jones. As you mentioned earlier, the ex-Rocket teammates trying to hook up there.
Jones at 5'8", did the best he could to leap up and try to get that ball.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Prairie Wolves, you're going to look back on this game and say what might have been, because this is a game I think they probably outplayed Tabor a little bit. Just too many mistakes really cost them.
Well, there were good things that happened today for the Wesleyan offense and for that matter, the defense. And McKee takes a knee. Clock winds down here. Closing in on 1 minute. There were good things that happened. I mean, some good plays. Good plays. You can't hang your head totally about what happened today. It was a very close contest. There's some good things that we're seeing today that could happen again through the course of the year.
Oh, most definitely. One thing you give credit to for Wesleyan today, that run defense, they really, really played well. James Monroe, we talked about him a lot throughout the broadcast here today. 1,000 yards a year ago, and really held him in check to 17 yards, as we mentioned, heading into the 4th quarter. So give NW a lot of credit for that.
And that should do it. It was a good game. Wesleyan had led a little bit, but they hung with the 17th ranked team in the country in Tabor College. And, Tabor had their moments too where they had a lot of miscues. As the time begins to wind out, both teams meet out at midfield to shake hands. And a great game indeed. So the final is Tabor College 10, Nebraska Wesleyan 9. As we put a wrap on things here today from Abel Stadium. Big thanks to Bill Luxford, Bull Wolf, and the entire 21 Sports, former 21 Sports, now Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network crew. And just some key highlights from earlier today as we say so long here from Abel Stadium. A couple of big plays from earlier. Of course, there's that interception from Jason Daughtry of Tabor College. A big catch there from Scott Bauer. And a big touchdown run late in the first half, too, for Tabor College. A big pick there, too, Hunter Hand. So the final, Tabor College 10, Nebraska Wesleyan 9 for everyone, including Tom Gimmelke. I'm Jeff Modes, saying so long. Thanks for watching, and good afternoon from Abel Stadium in Lincoln.
Today's Nebraska Wesleyan University Sports Network telecast was made possible by Lincoln Electric System. Use LES to save more. Union Bank. You belong here. And Nebraska Wesleyan University.
Here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network, I'm Brandon Axbit alongside Coach Brian Keller for the First Coaches Show. Coach, let's let the people know a little bit about you. Right now, you're in your 18th season as head coach of the Prairie Wolves. Are you even keeping count at this point, or does one season just kind of flow right into the next?
Well, you know, anymore with the off-season programs and spring football and summer conditioning, it really does just kind of roll into one. It seems like it's one long season, but I guess if you do kind of sit back and reflect, 18 years is quite a bit, but it's just been a wonderful experience, and hopefully there's another 18 more years in me.
Speaking of how long you've been here, you've become the all-time winningest coach in Nebraska Wesleyan history, 94 wins total. You were even the coach of the year in 2000. How have you been able to sustain this success over such a long period of time?
Well, I think the first thing is we have great administrative support here for all athletics, and certainly what they've done with football has been fantastic. Our facilities and the things that we need here to really support our athletes. And then I have a great coaching staff, and you can't do it without these guys. I think I have 12 guys on staff. 6 of them have been with me at least 10 years or more, and when you have that kind of continuity, you are going to have success and sustain success.
Talk about some of those leaders on your coaching staff. How have you been able to keep them around so long, and what kind of role do they play, some of those key guys?
Well, it's the passion and love of football. You know, they're not becoming really rich working here. None of us are. But they just love football, and they love working with young men. And I think it's been a good experience for them. They're good fits. You know, you need to find the right person. And they've been good fits for our program and good role models and mentors for our athletes here.
Talk a little bit about your coaching philosophy. Obviously, it's something that's given you success over 18 years. But is there one kind of key thing you preach year in and year out to your players?
Well, I just hope it's a great experience for them. You know, as they look back and, you know, when they're 35, 40, 50 years old, that, you know, hey, playing football at Wesleyan was a neat experience for me. And you know, and I just had an email the other day from one of our players, a guy that was a senior in my first group here back in '96. And he says that group of guys still get together every summer, and they spend time together, and they reminisce about their time, their experience here playing football at Wesleyan. And so that makes you feel really good that they stay connected to us.
You did mention you used to play here. You played with some players, and now, since you've been here so long, you're coaching some of their sons now. What's that all been like?
Well, you try to make me feel old here, I guess, but it is interesting. You know, I'm recruiting the sons of guys that I've played, but more than anything, Wesleyan is really kind of a family experience. I think we have 5 guys on the team, or 5 sets of brothers on the team this year. I think we have 3 or 4 guys who had older brothers that played for us, and then, like we mentioned, 3 guys whose dads played here. And so just keeping that same, that continuity, that family, I think it really does add up to part of our success as well.
And is that just something, the philosophy that you guys instill is what brings these brothers back and families back, and they kind of stick with Nebraska Wesleyan?
Well, I hope so. Hopefully the older brother or the dad had a good experience, and the parents feel good about bringing their younger sibling and their younger son to come play for us. So hopefully that will continue.
All right, now we know a little bit about you. Let's talk about this offseason, how your team did, and where you guys are looking forward to going to. Last season you went 6-4, started off 1-4, but then had a sophomore quarterback in Tyler Francis come in, rattle off 5 straight wins. Talk about that junior now quarterback and how he's going to lead this team and what his strengths are.
Well, Tyler has got a tremendous arm and really understands football and did some great things in the passing game for us last year. But I think more than anything, he's really developed his mechanics. At times last year, his footwork wasn't great. And as we sat down and looked at that and analyzed that, he's done a nice job just becoming more of a complete quarterback. As we kind of talked about, he's a guy that threw last year. He's a thrower. Now we want him to become a quarterback. So he's worked hard on that. He's worked hard on just developing himself physically. You'll see a difference. He's lost about 20 pounds and redistributed some of that weight. And in the process, his arm has become a lot stronger. I mean, he's made some throws here in camp. We're just like, wow, where'd that come from? And he was very good last year. So we've seen some real development in him physically, and I think in maturity as a quarterback as well.
I did mention you got the 5 wins as soon as he started all those games, but was it solely on him, or was it a matter of you were halfway through the season, you weren't where you wanted to be, and you kind of reevaluated your season, and did you change some other things besides him that helped get that turnaround going?
Well, Tyler is certainly a part of that, but really though, we started 1-4, but we lost one game 7-3, where we dropped 2 balls in the end zone and missed 2 field goals, a game we felt like we should have won. We lost to overtime to Northwestern, a team that made it in the playoffs, and so we knew we were a pretty good football team. We just, things just weren't happening for us, and as the season progressed, our guys never gave up. They stayed the course. They knew we were good, believed in themselves, and then were able to come up with those 5 wins at the end of the season.
Obviously, he is going to be a strength for you, but let's talk about some of your other players. You're returning a lot of players on both sides of the offensive and defensive line.
Absolutely, and that's kind of always been our strength anyway here at Wesleyan over the years, are the linemen on both sides. I think our defensive line is going to be tremendous, even though we did lose Russell Walton, who was a 3-time first-team All-League player. Phil Latimer is right there, is going to pick up right where Russell left off. Phil was a first-team All-League guy as a sophomore and has looked outstanding, and he's surrounded by 3 seniors there, and David Jennings and Corey Kundle and Taylor Tukolsky. So I think those front 4 on that defensive line are really going to cause people some problems.
Talking about Phil, he's the young one on the line, and then 3 older seniors. Is he the one you're expecting the most of, the younger guy on that line?
Well, I mean, he's had the stats. He's had he's the guy that can make the big play, the big sack. But those other 3 guys are really solid. So we're going to have to count on all 4. And if teams try and double up Phil a little bit, I know Taylor's going to benefit from that, and David as well.
Touched on the defensive line. How's your linebacking core looking? How do you?
Well, good. Well, you lose Brett Kotzer, a guy that's one of the best linebackers to play here. But I think we're still going to be very strong. I think Brandon Reeves is going to fill that role that Brett has. Very instinctive players. Had a very productive career for us. He's just kind of been overshadowed a little bit by Brett. So he'll be there. We got Spencer Fett coming back as an outside linebacker. And so I think that group as a whole is going to be pretty solid.
Did the linebackers now moving on to the secondary? Yep. Junior Seth Wardine led that unit in tackles last year, expecting big things from him. Yeah, Seth is very good. And then Michael Hittner, our other safety. We think our 2 safeties are as good as they come right there. So with both Michael and Seth, that's a great group there. Corner plays a little unproven, and that's probably, if we do have a question mark defensively, that's probably where we're at right now with that. Got the defense. We're going a little bit out of order. We talked about the quarterback. What about your other skill positions, running backs, receivers on offense? What are you looking for? Well, Dustin Bryant returns as our primary runner. He's an all-league guy last year, a little banged up here in camp, but seems to be healthy now, so we expect a big season out of him. Another 800,000-yard season would be fantastic there. Receiver, we have Ryan Larson and Connor Davis, who are very, very dependable receivers. Guys that are underclassmen are going to be back, and so they all have a chance to work with Tyler for 3 straight years there, and I feel very confident in our passing game. We know we touched on this. You have 5 starters, all 5 starters returning on the offensive line, expecting them to pave the way for your offense?
Well, we better. One thing that we haven't done very well is run the football the last couple of years, and for a long time there, for about a 10, 12-year period, we were really known as a running football team, and we've got to be able to do that this year. We can't rely on our passing game, and so that experience up front, and probably more of the critical thing is tight end and fullback. If we're going to run the football, we have to have great play out of tight end and fullback. So that's probably our question mark on offense, is can those 2 positions be productive for us and enable us to run the football?
Let's move on to the team captains now. You got 4 of them, one of which, Kelby Vandenberg's a punter, something you normally don't see when you've got a team captain.
No, you really don't, but I think that just tells you the respect that our team has for Kelby and what he's done and what he's meant to our program, and he's such a strong leader. A quiet leader, but when he needs to say things, he can be vocal at times, and the guys really do listen. He's really sharp in that, and so I was really excited to see a guy like Kelby, a punter, be named as one of our captains.
And you also got Tyler Francis, Ryan Beebe, and Michael Hittner, all just leaders in the locker room and on the field.
Absolutely, guys that do a great job in the classroom, great job in the locker room, on the field, off the field. But I feel like we have a group, another 15, 20 guys are just strong as leaders as well. It's just these 4 guys just have that title, that moniker of captain by their name.
We got all the off-season stuff handled as far as personnel goes, but there was one new addition to the stadium. You got new field turf. What's that been like, and how exciting is that?
Well, that's fun. You almost hate to see the old turf leave. We had a lot of good wins on that field turf, but it was time. It was a little overdue, maybe a year past its prime. But the turf got down this summer. Our guys had a good month to run around on it, and it's broken in. We're ready to go, and real excited to have it out here.
Coach, we talked about you. We talked about the offseason. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back discussing the first 2 games of the season and this new Scott Bostwick Park that we're in right now. We'll be back right after this on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.
My mother had antiques and my cousins raced stock cars, and I kind of merged the 2 together to antique cars. Giving old stuff new life. I mean, that's the cool part.
I don't know what it is, digging in an old barn. I really like that. And then the finished product.
We just had accumulated enough projects that we really needed to expand. Union Bank helped us achieve the goal of having our own shop.
They made it easy.
Hi, this is Ryan with LES's Save Money, Saving Energy. Did you know that proper insulation levels can help reduce your heating and cooling costs? You can check your attic insulation level with this very advanced high-tech tool called a ruler. Make sure you have 14 to 16 inches of insulation for maximum energy efficiency. It'll help reduce drafts and allow your heating and cooling systems to not have to work so hard. Think of it as saving money by the inches, $1, $2, $3, you get the idea. For more ways to save, visit les.com today. See you next time.
Back here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network Coaches Show alongside Coach Brian Keller. Let's discuss the opening season for you guys. You got 2 tough games, maybe your 2 toughest of the whole season. A number 17 Tabor, who led the NAIA in rushing last year, and then number 1 ranked Morningside coming into the preseason. How do you prepare for 2 tough games like that to start off the season?
Well, it's not only those first 2, 4 of the first 5 are against teams that are ranked in the top 18 in the country. And then the one sandwich in there is in 3 weeks with Briarcliff for our homecoming game. And so those first 5 games definitely aren't easy, but I guess the kind of way we approach it, we're going to have to play them anyway at some point. So I guess it really doesn't matter what order they come in. You just try and prepare. I know it sounds like a coach, but you just prepare week to week. And do what you can. Tabor's going to be a real challenge for us. Like you mentioned, the great rushing team led the nation in rushing, but we led the nation in rushing defense. Of course, again, those were last year's teams. Things will change with that. And then you have the great Morningside team and that. And I guess the good thing there is that we've had great success. Last 2 times we played up there, we've beaten them. And so, we can have that in our back pocket as well. But we need to take care of business first, start with Tabor, and then we'll move on whoever's the next week's opponent and go from there.
Obviously, you want to win both games. Looking forward, how important is it to have such a good start to this season, coming out of those first 2 games, going 2-0, or at least getting 1 win?
Yeah. Well, it's better than the opposite, I guess, the alternative. We experienced that a year ago, but win, lose, or draw, our guys are going to hang in there, and we're still going to play good football and go from there. So, yeah, you'd love to be 2-0. That's going to be big challenge for us, but we'll take care of Tabor first, and we'll move on from there.
Preseason rankings, the GPAC, you guys were picked 4th. Do you agree with that? And what is the outlook for the GPAC? Is it kind of anybody's ball game to take the conference?
Yeah, we've got some great coaches in our league, but I just don't think they're great prognosticators. I think last year the coaches picked Northwestern to win thing. Here's Morningside go a national championship game. So, as a team, as a staff, we've never talked to our players about preseason rankings. We've never posted, never talked about it. To me, it's not going to change any way that we coach, and we're not going to approach things any different. So we're just getting ready to play the first game, and then what matters is where we finish at the end of the year.
We'll move on to this final section now, probably saving the best for last. We're in this beautiful new Bostwick Park dedicated to Scott Bostwick. For people who don't know, who is Scott Bostwick? Talk about him and who he is.
Yeah, Scott was a player here, and I was fortunate enough to be a teammate with Scott, back in the late 70s, early 80s here. Was an outstanding linebacker for us. Kind of his senior year, he was basically our pseudo-D coordinator, even though as a player. He was one of those guys that was constantly looking at film, maybe looking at more film than probably his textbooks at times, but prepared him well for his coaching career. Had the chance to coach with him here together. We all started as young coaches here right out of college. And then I was out at Eastern Oregon coaching, and he got a job as a D coordinator at Western Washington in our conference. So we had a chance to coach against each other. Then he made the move down Northwest Missouri, and everyone knows the history down there and the great things they did there. And Scott finally had an opportunity to become a head coach, a couple summers ago, and we were all excited about that. And in June, he was out mowing his yard on Sunday morning and fell over with a heart attack at age 49 without having a chance to be a head football coach. And so this is one way to remember Scott. He had such a great impact upon everybody that he coached and coached with and coached against. And I guess this is kind of a tangible way to help remember his legacy here. And I can't think of a better way to memorialize Scott than to have here's a guy greeting people coming to campus, overlooking the field, and he loved to have a good time with friends and never missed a good party. And this is the perfect setting to help remember his legacy.
It is a great addition to the stadium and to the campus. How did this idea come about? How is it being funded? Whose idea was it to memorialize Scott Bostwick?
Well, there's a lot of people involved, and a lot of people had some great ideas, some great thoughts. Some of our boosters have done an excellent job raising money, the administration. So it's been a total team effort all the way around, and just a great number of people. I hate to start singling them out, but it's been a whole team effort here from Wesleyan and all of Scott's former friends and players.
And it's also my understanding that this park is going to have a key role on game day.
Oh, it is. Our parents are great, and they're great fans. They tailgate wherever they go. Oftentimes we're going to have more fans at the opponent's place, but this will be a great venue for them to tailgate. We'll get our recruits. Will be in here. They'll get to experience a little bit pregame meal here and experience the whole tailgate experience with our folks. So I think it's going to be a great recruiting tool as well.
We'll wrap things up here. If you could think of one memory that sticks out in particular about Scott Bostwick, could you touch on it, and what would it be?
I think just always being really positive. No matter what, if you were the worst guy on the team or the best guy, he was always positive, always had some great things to say about you, always trying to get you fired up, whether it be in the huddle as a fellow teammate or just on the sideline as a coach.
Coach, we thank you for the time. I'm Brandon Axmit. It's Coach Brian Keller wrapping up the first Coaches Show here on the Nebraska Wesleyan Sports Network.